Penises.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome. We are Random Encounter Productions. I'm Cody Stone. With me tonight, we have
Cassandra playing Miku and Tempest, the Arctic Druid Storm Herald Air Genasi.
Carlos playing Samandriel, the Asimar Knowledge Cleric Ranger.
Cole playing Tesla, the Warforged Artificer.
Hi, I'm Eduardo. I'm playing Jarek, and he is an artificer human.
I'm Eric, and I'm playing Rothgar Brittledorn, the Dragonborn Barbarian Gentleman.
All right. You know, your title could actually be one word longer.
What?
What
Barbarian.
There it
The Arctic Druid Storm Herald Barbarian Air Genasi.
Listen, it just says Air Genasi Arctic Druid on your panel.
Jarek just says Artificer / I don't know.
Run out of room.
You would need the scroll. You would need the Star Wars scroll.
Sit down over my face.
Do not make me do. I'll figure it out. I'm going to figure out a way to give everyone scrolling name trackers because you fucking said it. That's what you've done.
Just wait for a day I'll have makeup on and then just put it over my face. That'd be fine.
Just had me all night.
I'm Sia. Who is she?
Nobody knows.
Everybody, we just start rising in viewers. Who is this girl?
She's a mystery.
It's a mystery.
Who is she? It's me, your girl. Cassandra. It's not interesting at all.
The puzzle is there's no puzzle.
Jeez.
So,
Anyway.
yeah, it's Monday. Feels like Friday here, but we're going to roll with it.
I'm crying.
Couple of quick announcements. If you guys heard us this morning, we were on the Orlando Theater Hour with a friend of the channel, Ashley Ann Gardner. It was a wonderful interview. She's going to put it up in podcast form, so check that out. It was a good time. Thank you guys if you had the chance to tune in and listen. Saladoc was listening from Germany, and I think that's the first time the Orlando Theater Hour has had that. So,
A German listener?
Probably. I'm suspecting. So
You've gone international.
yeah, it was a good time. So thank you guys for that. And also, tomorrow night, World of Warcraft. Megan will be back here in the big chair. So we will have that. That's going to be a lot of fun. I am looking at doing some September games. We're here at the end of August. It's been summertime. We've had a lot of people that are busy. They've been going, they've been coming. So we're looking at either getting some new blood in or getting some old friends at the table a little more frequently. We are looking into doing potentially some form of horror-based campaign, whether that's an Eldritch Horror, Call of Cthulhu, Massive Nyarlathotep, or we also want to do some Monster of the Week shows. Also, to let you guys know, starting next week in September, our Shadowrun game we will cease to shadow crawl. We will cease to shadow tummy time. We will shadow fall on our face, but we will be at the track. So we are going to shadow power walk our way to glory starting next week. It'll begin the full campaign, and at that point, I'll just make stuff up. So that'll be.
Isn't that the best way of DMing?
It really is. It's practice I love. I enjoy here in D&D land. But when we got to Shadowrun mechanics, it's wonderfully dense, but then it's terribly obtuse at the same time. And the moments when I want it to be like really specific, it is super generalized. It's like these are small, these are medium, these are large. And in D&D, like I know how many, like what makes a small character, what makes a large character. I can give you a height. In Shadowrun, it's like it's large. How big is large?
Why?
So am I.
Because it is.
What's your point?
How much can large carry? Is large a van? How much can I fit in the van? I don't know.
Jeez.
I don't
How
know, it's a
much
large
can
van.
Yeah, and so it's a lot of fun. Gloomhaven will be continuing, but I think we're gonna mix in like some horror things, just as we get into fall, which hasn't started yet.
No.
Mm-mm.
It hasn't started yet.
No.
I'm looking at you, Mickey. Not so scary. And
Get out.
Horror Nights. and
God.
That's not my fault. They did.
No, they knew.
Yeah, they knew. Any other announcements that
Just
you
sitting
guys
there.
have? I know
We
some
can start
friends
this in August.
are going to Dragon Con this weekend.
Yes, we are. And we found out we're going to the same private VIP party.
Woo!
Hashtag.
My friend paid for it.
Must be nice.
I paid for it myself because I'm a baller like that.
Uh-huh.
I have really good friends who care about me.
Oh, must be nice.
I don't.
I can't afford to go to private parties by myself because I pay for my cosplays to look really good.
Jeez.
I'm stressed.
Beyond the fun of Dragon Con, what else? You guys, anybody have something coming up? Congratulations to Eduardo. You just closed your show. How was the run?
It was good.
Yeah.
It was way longer than I thought it was going to be in my brain.
Mhm.
I guess I was like, 3 weeks, it'll be fine. And then every time I put on the G-string, I was like, nope, it's today. Got to show my dick. So it just felt
If I had a
super
nickel,
long. So yeah, it just felt longer. But once it was done, it was done. And I was like, okay, I'm good. I don't want to do that show again, guys.
You've done it, what, like 2 or 3 times in the past year or two? Like,
I'm over it.
pretty,
I'm done.
yeah, pretty regularly.
I mean, it's nice. It's super freeing to, especially because it's a paid atmosphere, right?
Mhm.
They respect you. You're nice. Everything's fun. It's theater. It's supposed to happen.
Right.
But it really, standing on that stage and going, it's naked time. It's naked time right now. Oh, that lady right there, she's got to be my mom's age. You're just like, whoop, it's now. No,
Burlesque.
I hope the lights work. Every night it was like, okay,
Someone has a phone with a light on.
we're all looking straight into the audience.
Show must
Drink more. Everything looks bigger when you're drunk. But yeah, so that was a good experience. Like, I love the experience, but I'm
Very
good.
cool. Also, our friends from Geek Capella are going to be at Dragon
Yes,
Con,
Geek
right?
Capella will be performing at Dragon Con. So look at the little biography, find out where we are, and come see us. Nerdy acapella music. It's Geek Capella with 1 P because we're too good for the second P. We don't even need it. We're that good.
Yeah.
Pianissimo.
Exactly.
Just
Just
one
one
pianissimo.
pianissimo.
That's called whispering.
Pianissimo.
And Cole, your podcast?
Yes, so I am the director, producer, host, editor, everything for
Best boy, key grip.
Yep, all of it, all of it.
We need a scroll bar just like a
Yeah, just done by
Caitlin's working on it. She's working on it.
I for Random Acts of Awesomeness. That is my podcast, which is a podcast promoting the love of both nerd activities such as this and jock activities like sports, which are two, some would say, diametrically opposed things, which they really aren't, because you are allowed to like both. So the podcast essentially explores that. We have sports news and we have interviews with some of my friends who go really in depth, and possibly, I'm really excited about this because it happened on Saturday. I got an interview with the limitless Keith Lee, who is a WWE NXT superstar. So fingers crossed, still waiting on approval for me to be allowed to put that on the interwebs.
I mean, it's on the interwebs now.
But no, not the
The announcement.
the announcement of
Yeah.
is on the interweb.
Oh, they pulled the plug on that real quick.
You get a
No!
text message. You're like, oh, shit.
Yeah, like
Viewer raising.
Yeah, I mean, listen. Are you kidding me? If we had Keith Lee in the studio, which Keith, if you ever want to play D&D, you're welcome to come on out, hang out. but I'm pretty sure McMahon would like kick in the door. What are you doing in here? And you're fired. It's my house. What are you doing?
I know what we're talking about.
Yes, you do. Well done.
But it's really cool. We talk about a whole bunch of stuff in terms of like our just like his experience as kind of like a jock and a nerd, and when he recognized his love for those kinds of things, and just kind of how he balanced it growing up. So it's a really great conversation. I really hope to share it with you. And on top of that, I will be at Dragon Con. Yeah. So come say hi. I'll be dressed like Colonel Mustang and Flip Flossie from Turquoise Jeep Records, if you know what that is.
That was very specific.
Flip Flossie? Flip Flossie is the man. Flip Flossie. No, across the name. No, I'm just kidding. I'm done.
All right.
Lord.
No previews. They gotta pay for that.
That is
they do.
that's the Dragon Con debut. So
Okay, full Monty.
yeah.
Just walking around in
Yeah.
a G-string. Is this what you wanted? Welcome to Dragon Con.
No.
You fit right the fuck
Yeah.
That is
No, Dragon Con is legit.
Dragon Con is the party.
that
con.
is
That's
bad.
where you
That's
will
so
be
fun.
fine.
No, it
Yeah.
starts Thursday morning. It does not end, and I am not joking, until Monday morning. Like, they don't close
Ever.
ever.
That's
There
super
is
fun.
It's
Always something
like
going
5 straight days. of
5
just
straight days of just
Lord.
parties and
nerds and alcohol.
Yeah.
That's the official
Nice.
tagline.
Legit.
Dragon Con. Nerds and alcohol.
Yeah.
And I personally can't wait.
And it's real interesting when the Dragon Con takes place at the same time as
Any
other
con?
events.
Oh, there's a big ass sports event happening.
Yeah.
Football, I think. There's a
Probably.
sports game
hockey.
at the same
Sports
time.
balls.
Hockey. At the exact same time, they're all sharing the same hotels, and it's gonna be amazing.
Oh my
Because you know
gosh.
what? The sports teams are just like the sports equivalent of cosplaying. They dress up as their favorite characters or players.
Same
There you
the
go.
same
It's a vibe.
thing.
It's
Don't
hiding.
even hang
It's
him.
a vibe.
There you go.
Boom.
Yeah.
Oh, good to know.
I don't know
That
what
sounds
just
fun.
happened. I just met my lip.
I'm gonna be
That's how
live
excited
streaming the
you are.
whole thing. It's gonna be
Scary.
great.
Well,
We got giant Pac-Man costumes that we're gonna run around at night
no.
and
No,
Like
the ghosts are at night.
yeah,
That's what I
no,
thought.
there's a Pac-Man and then we have 8 ghosts.
Oh, okay. See, that's what I wanted.
This is gonna be the best time.
I'm blinking.
So cool, if you see that, it's me.
Cody,
I'll be like, hey, Cassandra.
that's all the real work.
She's just like,
That is all the real world we can handle right now.
Yep.
Let's get into some D.
Dragon Con. Let's get into the real.
We would live in Dragon Con until Dragon Con. We don't
We
have
would
time
die
for that.
if we lived in Dragon
Yeah.
Con.
That's-
Yeah. My liver can't handle
Alcohol
that.
poisoning.
Yep.
Our adventure takes place in and around the continent of Rotem. It is a continent dominated by the Albrechtian Empire, which has had its emperor usurped by a cabal of nefarious doppelgangers aided by the lunacy, a entity, a celestial body of madness and imbalance. In an effort to restore the rightful emperor, our heroes have gathered with heroes of old, and as they search for the emperor, they have run afoul a number of other events. Some of them testing the fortitude and threatening the very soul of some of our heroes. Near on a year ago, with when our heroes were in the Nine Hells, attempting to rescue the Flamecaller Portia, a deal was made to fulfill the contracts of 2 infernally bound entities whose souls will be relegated to the Nine Hells upon their death. But these creatures have found ways around death, the first being a lich known as Runwick. You guys caught up with him near Baron's Delve a few months back, and he recently escaped back to the Temple of Tortured Souls, which your research has shown is where he most likely was created in an interesting way. 2 of your compatriots, Madeline Wren and Shiloh, are facing some dire straits. Are you guys aware of the timeline?
I'm not.
Yes.
Same.
I am.
As a person, as a Carlos.
But that's
Yeah.
that's a start. Who is aware as a human being at the table right now? Okay, so Carlos, you are a human being at the table.
I think.
Are you aware of the timeline?
Of like the timeline of like
Madeline?
in general? Oh,
Yeah.
I know something's happening. I just don't know what is going on.
Okay, I thought you just told me you were, and then I was
No.
as a human here at the table, Carlos is not a human. He's not a human.
Why do you have to
I know your
specify?
secret.
They got you.
It's too late. It's
I mean,
being
your
streamed out
timeline is
now.
what, like 4 weeks?
It's like,
Nope.
6 weeks.
Big reveal, Lizard Man.
I have 5 or 6 weeks.
So, and
I know something's happening.
the other half of this is Samandril has been infected with spores grown from the fungi queen Zartmoy herself. And you guys have gathered a divinely inspired weapon that you hope to use to burn out most of the Underdark and fungus. However, both those actions, both those efforts right now are very time sensitive. So you guys had asked me what you wanted to, or what we were doing, what you wanted to do before the stream. I wanted to give you guys as a team the opportunity to discuss it. So what, Eric, does Rothgar know? Or
Rothgar's
remember?
aware of the timeline because he was there when we went for the list the first time.
Yes,
Yeah.
he was. None of you was Miku in the Nine Hells.
Mm-mm.
Miku was not in the Nine Hells.
She was a Tibble.
Jarek was not. Yeah, I know you two weren't. That was before your time.
Tesla was still shut down in a prison.
And I was in a library.
So, Eric, do you know the specific date that is the deadline for?
I know
the
it's
others?
2 weeks
2 weeks
from where we are.
Yeah, we are up to the 29th, 30th of Mask,
I know it's just like smack dab middle of Savages.
pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh,
It is.
you guys have been busy because the last time I played was the 15th of dusk.
Oh, yeah.
There has been some travel happening.
That's good because
Hmm.
I've been working with Caliber.
Yes, you have
on
been.
Underdark suits.
On the
You
suits.
have. You
For
have been
a month.
working.
It's
You
what
have been
I've
working on
doing.
them. Yeah.
And we
That's
have the-
helpful, and we'll cut a lot of time.
And we have the ingredients that we need for the napalm shit.
Mhm.
I like to call it
Fire,
tough acting, tenactin.
It's enacted.
Jeez.
What is it from Game of Thrones?
Roundup.
That
This
helps.
is the Game
What,
of Thrones. Great
was
stuff.
this the 19th of Mask?
Dragonfire.
Wildfire.
Wildfire.
19th of Mask, you said?
The current date,
Mm-hmm.
29th.
29th. Oof.
29th to 30th of Mask.
Yeah. So
That's
you
perfect.
last played on the 15th of Dusk,
Mhm. So I have a month and a half.
Month and a
6 weeks.
which is great.
Super helpful.
Yes. Yeah, we will roll for that because we know exactly what you're doing the whole time. We'll roll
Perfect.
for that in just a moment.
No problem.
Samandriel,
Mhm.
now that we've established the date, what is your timeline?
32 days.
Mm-hmm.
Fell 2. It's the second of Fell. So if it's like the 30th of Mask, then 32 days.
Mm-hmm. And that last week, you are
Rough.
your adventuring capabilities are
I
limited.
think now I'm at the point, what's 32 days? 4 weeks.
Yeah.
I have hit the end of Greater Restoration, lasting me for 8 hours.
Greater or lesser?
Greater. Lesser has already been passed.
No.
I'm at Greater Restoration.
I hate it.
Ruh-roh.
I am at the beginning, or towards the end stages of Greater Restoration, and lasting 10 hours successful long rest, and Greater Restoration being 8 hours of
Doing shit.
doing stuff, and then after that being poisoned and 1 point of exhaustion. So I'm borderline almost at that 3 week, and then that 1 week.
So the 3 weeks you have limited adventuring abilities.
Correct.
I
I think it goes.
I don't think I.
Yeah, greater does continue to aid you
Mhm.
It will be. It will also be dependent on a Constitution saving throw for you.
You still have the ring where you can store?
Yeah, I still have this ring of spell store. I can give that too.
Because I have greater restoration
Mhm.
that I can
Okay.
put into it at least. So
Okay.
like I can cast it and I can also store it for you.
Okay.
And if
cool.
it's like nighttime, I can also cast it as well. So like
Yeah.
if it's night and we're going into a long rest and I replenish stuff,
Yeah.
both of us can.
What level is Greater Restoration?
5th.
Fifth.
So he can only carry one at a
Oh.
time.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
he
only
can
5
carry
rounds.
one,
Yeah.
but I can also he can have it, then I can cast it.
10 more.
Yeah.
Just so we can keep you on your feet.
I'm moving.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because right now,
cast until level 14. Sorry, friend.
Get out.
I had to look. I could do lessers for free all day.
You're just
Lesser
like-
restoration. Are you blind? Like, I could do that all day. Yeah, I got it too. I can't
Power
do
drip
greater.
repels you.
if you're paralyzed, are you screwed?
Oh,
Um,
no
But
can
yes.
do.
So 32 days.
32 days. You guys roll me history checks.
Everybody?
Everybody can roll me a history check. Yeah,
All right,
please.
here we go.
Um,
21.
This dice was brought to me by the wonderful people at Cloak and Blaster.
nice.
Hey, Coke and Blaster, we all take donations.
That'd be 21.
21.
I also have 21.
It's not doing 13.
13.
14.
14.
You have 14 on a history
I
check?
rolled a natural 2.
Wow.
And it's a 14.
Yeah, I rolled a 5.
So we're going to put this dice away.
And after that, I rolled a 19. Great.
Here,
So,
roll it in some sage and lavender.
So, what do our history checks reveal?
so you guys gather up to review whatever maps that you guys have available.
They still won't. Fine.
Yeah.
Sorry.
The
How dare you?
the Temple of Tortured Souls, traveling by your fastest ship, so by the phenomenal vessel, too. Yeah, electric boogaloo. You guys can get there in 3 or 4 days.
And that's
You-
for Renwick, correct?
That's for
Yes.
Renwick. You anticipate that the effort to kill the Lich and destroy its phylactery
Mm-hmm.
is probably a multi-day affair.
Mm-hmm.
You don't suspect a week, but it's going to be a dungeon crawl.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be a doomed, forgotten temple that a Lich has put its phylactery in, and he's going to make you work to try to kill
Right.
him. For clarity,
Yeah, of course.
the other one is traveling into the Underdark.
Right.
Again, by the P2. Your closest entry point into the Underdark is 6 days away. And from there, with a guide from the Underdark, which you guys do not have right now, you suspect it is 2 weeks of hard travel in the Underdark.
Mathematically, he's the one that needs this sooner than the other two.
No,
Maddie.
Maddie
is the
and-
fastest.
And the other two need it faster than I do.
Maddie and Shiloh are on 2 weeks.
I'm
He's on
on
6
a
weeks.
month.
But since neither of them are here and they will be here on other days, it makes sense to
Have them
maybe
go,
split because
right.
we also have 2 artificers, which will come in handy when it comes to the suits and things like that.
Mhm.
If we just go for the Lich, he's fucked. There's literally
Right,
nothing we can
exactly.
do.
Exactly.
So I think if we
Split the
focus
party.
people who are here another day that are actually involved with
That's
that,
totally
Yeah.
reasonable.
have them do it and have us focus on this, because at least we can get them to the Oath Keepers
Yes.
because we have allies if we can get to them.
You have to find them,
Yeah.
but you So both of these are extended events.
Mm-hmm.
You theoretically could do one and then the other, but that would put Samandriel very much at risk.
Right.
His chances of even making it to the Oath Sworn, the Oath Keepers, and being able to take the oath as a last ditch effort suddenly goes way down.
Yeah.
If we do,
if you do one and then the other,
so
because your chances of finding them, getting there, it's just time.
So for the players that are here tonight, it makes more sense for us to try to help you out this evening. I mean, multiple days, but
and I'm sure that everybody, once they know the situation, will agree and participate. I just want to be clear. That means that as far as our cast go, at least for a week or two, we're probably doing very much a split. So can't be here Mondays and Wednesdays.
I think that's totally fair.
And this way, everyone has a chance instead of basically picking one.
We have 3 people to save in 1 month. It's very limited amount of time, so that's the most logical choice.
Yeah.
But I think
good. I'm happy we talked it out though.
Yeah.
So we know.
Right.
Well, and hopefully, I'm gonna
this
write
group
that
is
down.
pretty better suited, I think, this specific group to dealing with.
Artificers,
Yeah, and also the one who's dying.
Fair.
And then having
turning
another
into a
team
spore
go
zombie.
separate and heal
Mhm.
the other stuff, so that way everyone gets helped instead of focusing on one and
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I
Agree 100%.
I think we all agree. I just wanted to make sure that we were all super clear
And
on
that timeline was known.
the timeline.
Totally got your back.
So, as just for my knowledge's sake, just because I'm not familiar, would Samandriel know who the Oath Keepers are? Like, is this
You can
something
make a history check.
Didn't we learn about them in the tavern? Were you here?
was I here? Was
Pretty
this
sure
like
you were here.
recent tavern?
It was like 2
When I
weeks
came
ago.
back and like I was dodging Ryan?
It was like
No, it was after we did all the stuff with the at the temples.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was
I don't remember if I was here.
I don't think you were.
I don't think I was here.
Mm-mm.
I'll roll anyway.
14th of dusk.
27.
Nice.
So the
That's what that was.
Oath Keepers are a now thought of as a defunct order of knights from the early days of the Republic that were sworn to safeguard the prime material plane from extraplanar threats. Their main keep was in the Arcadian Straits, specifically because the Arcadian Straits is known for its breaches between the planes. That is part of its just importance as an area. When the Republic shifted into being an empire, it's thought that they were either lost or people just stopped caring about them, didn't see the purpose in trying to continue to fund. In a meta sense, they are the Knights of the Watch, the Grey Wardens. They are those types of characters. So I think you may have learned or been able to learn some information from the Victors, because they had some dealings with them when they were refounding Willen, and had sent people to sort of help and aid in bolstering their numbers. So
They're currently down in the Underdark. We know
Yes.
that much. There was a gentleman named Greer that went searching for them. We know that much. And he's one of them. He was up essentially keeping watch. And then he was like, oh, they're probably down there. Bye. And
He's
so
an
we
ally.
have 2 opportunities to find an oath sworn person,
He's a good dude.
which
I
might
can
be
follow
helpful. And then the other thing is they're kind of like, we heard the last thing they heard is that they had something that they were keeping at bay. There was something that they were
they had
an area or something
to the
forgot.
south.
to the south.
They had unseated and banished the demon lord Graz.
They did like 2. There's like,
They did one,
oh, they did
as
one.
far as you know.
Right. For
And
all we know.
then we
So-
accidentally did too.
You guys had
That's what it was.
you guys
That's
had
what it was.
accidentally done too.
Yeah.
Yes.
I love that.
That
Yep.
moment when you accidentally banished 2 demon princes.
Oops.
Sorry about it. But yeah, so that's what we know. The Oathsworn thing is a last ditch effort for you.
But it wouldn't hurt knowing where they are
Right.
just in case.
Right.
And we know they're
Well,
in the
we
Underdark.
want to find them anyway so they can help us.
So
Yes.
we know
Period.
one, which is
Mhm.
Greer.
Mm-hmm.
I can always cast Scrying. If I know from the target second hand, they do get a bonus to succeed my Scry,
Mm.
but it doesn't hurt to check.
Sure.
To look for
Absolutely.
Anything
Greer?
at this point.
Yeah.
I just kind of want to have an idea of where he is.
I can scry too, and I know him.
It would
Super
be better if
Yeah.
you do.
I made friends with him. He's crusty, but I gave him a flower and we became friends.
So you'd be familiar
Mhm.
with the character. So you
But
got
that's
But
good to know.
yeah, familiar location.
But it probably
so here's a,
is it the Underdark.
oh
Mhm.
God.
Does it work better if she's actually there to scry, or does it work?
I've never
Um,
tried scrying.
So
Yeah, I don't know either.
I forgot I had it. I was like,
usually
oh,
you have
shit.
to be on the same plane of existence. In certain games, the Underdark is a separate plane of
plane.
existence.
Right.
This it is a middle plane
Oh,
in our
okay.
world. That is why it is more susceptible to transitions. But mechanically, it counts as being on the same plane.
Perfect. Good to know.
So
That's helpful. Yeah.
if we end up doing that, then that would be your familiar. So he would have a -5 to his save throw against your
Oh,
DC.
do saving throw.
Because
okay.
he has to do a wisdom save. If you're scrying on him, he would get a +5 on me because I don't know him. I've heard
Got
about
it,
him.
got it. And be like, it's me. Remember? With the flower.
Well, you'd be able to see
Jeez.
him. He wouldn't be able to hear you.
That's part of the problem with scrying is that people don't know who's scrying on them.
Yeah.
Can't
So
tell
it's
if it's
immediately
from
So
like, I
yeah,
don't
so
need.
anytime somebody goes looking over you, you're like, no.
It's immediate when you get that phone call and it just says possible spam, and you're like, nah.
They've already like incoming call from.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Scam
Yeah,
likely.
patch her through.
Always answer if it's from prison. You never know.
Ah!
How do you tell if it's from
Bob,
prison?
add a baby, and
They'll
eats
tell
a
you.
boy.
No, but you have to answer
Bob,
for them to
I
tell
need
you.
to-
It doesn't just say like prison
On your
phone
phone.
call.
Hmm.
Or does it?
I don't know.
You should make a
I've
prison
never had
friend.
to answer that.
Let's make a
I love that everyone just looks at you.
We all did like
I don't know.
We're like, Eduardo, what's the answer? You have to know.
Sometimes they say yes, so it's from a prison, and you can see that it's some.
That's gonna be our goal tonight. We're gonna make a prison friend. And then see what happens.
Remember the last time we went to a prison and we thought we were gonna make friends? Mm.
Listen, fuck off.
You still have a jar full of mummies.
I did make a friend.
Or
Everyone just killed him.
Oh.
Ooh,
I mean,
True.
I helped too. But
I love
I
that.
didn't want to.
So would we like to try this? Just
I
to
think
have-
he's
just-
figuring out.
Just to know where he is.
You
That's-
c-
Yeah, should
Yeah,
we go
you
to the
can.
Underdark first to try to scry?
Mechanically, it's
We
Oh,
have to
well, then
figure
I'll
out if the suits work. So I have to roll
True.
for that.
let's do that first.
I believe
Can
in
I
you.
can I
Assist?
Can I aid him?
You
I don't even know who he is yet.
Oh yeah,
At some point we've met.
Tesla.
I
These
don't know.
He's like you.
Oh,
Well, kind of.
oh.
But human version of you.
Oh, I didn't even know he was not human.
Warforged.
Oh,
could
He's a
could we
warforged.
get a description of both Jurek and Tesla, please?
you can.
You can go first.
I will. Tesla's a human. He's about. Jurek is a human. He's about 5, let's say 5'9", 5'10", somewhere in there. And he, from top to bottom, he's got some like, his head is shaved and it goes back into like this thing, and there's really long braid of just all the hair, and then it's got like hair that goes forward and like curls. Super fun. He wears tiny glasses. They're not as fancy as his old glasses because he lost those. But he's also got goggles, and he's got like a bag, and it holds things. Yes. And he wears armor, but over that armor he wears like blues and browns, and he's got like a really long kind of coat. And unfortunately, he does not have a magic bandolier anymore, so he's got bottles on his like a belt, like a big one of those big sash belts things. So he's got like places for bottles and things like that. And he's about my skin color, maybe one shade lighter. And he's got like a, not, I wouldn't say boring, but like an every guy face. Like he ain't too handsome, he ain't too ugly. He's just an every dude. You just get lost in a crowd and be like, Drake, like, are
You
you
make the perfect
still here?
assassin.
His hair is the only thing that's like extra. And then he's got this little ball. It's about this big. And it kind of like rolls around his shoulders. It like stays there. That's his friend Archie. And then sometimes Archie flies. And when Archie gets real busy, he has little legs that go, and they're like spider legs. So it's a flying spider. And that's his best friend. Okay.
Is that it?
Yeah, I got more, but that's what matters.
Okay. Tesla is a Warforged envoy, so they have less armor than the heavier aspects of them.
It's about the middle mass.
Yeah, it's about middle ways.
He a hefty boy.
Yeah, they're pretty hefty. They wear no clothes. All that there is like the wooden, like, living tendons are pretty visible, the wooden muscles, and they across the metal plates on their armor are just multiple arcane symbols, just not really following any rhyme or reason.
Mhm.
It just looks as if they use them as like notes. So just they find an arcane symbol, they just carve it on them somewhere. So it's just head to toe. And they're wearing a cloak, their cloak of protection. And they just have like a bandolier of different tools, like
I
around.
miss a
You're like,
bandolier.
Yeah, like two of them right here, like a tool belt, and they just all have a bunch of different tools. And they have a greatsword on their back
Mhm.
that it looks just absolutely massive. It's just used.
I like that word.
Massive
That's a-
bandolier.
Bandolier. Give Daddy a bandolier.
a massive bandolier.
a massive bandolier.
Say it slow.
Sorry, you're
Eric's like,
describing.
Mom, come pick me up. I'm
It's
scared."
massive.
It's massive. It's
Has it seen war?
I don't know what
It
bandolier
is-
is, but I think it's drugs.
it's actually pretty new.
Mm.
Okay. They have just recently created it.
Ooh, fine.
That is their. But also by their side is an iron hound that is
Okay.
about 100 pounds. It's pretty beefy.
Oh, you're just descriptive today. You better with the beefy and the massive and the
He's a good man, a boy. Yeah.
Yeah, the dog.
the dog.
is-
Yeah,
the
He
dog,
is the
what I said.
pup.
the dog is the best. Their name is Edison.
Okay. Yes.
Yes. And yes, so Tesla just enjoys fixing things.
Does he wear an apron like Alphonse Elric?
They don't wear they don't wear anything except for just like the cloak of protection.
Free boner. I love it.
Yeah.
It's natural.
Can you roll odds or evens for me?
Okay.
One.
Oh, perfect. The Archie loves Edison. So I don't know if Edison's okay with it, but Archie will like find ways to be near.
He's right down there with
Like
me.
little
just
robot
flying,
dog.
just crawling all over him. I don't know what's happening on your end, but that's what.
Edison's kind of just chilling there,
just-
like
That's good.
Just focused.
yeah,
Yeah,
he's
for the
working.
most part,
That's working. I get it.
they're pretty focused dog.
He's just a metal dog.
It like for
With
the
a
most
spider just constantly like
And then
around.
Riku constantly just spend half the time on the ground with him. He doesn't respond at all. Just
well, you've noticed that as time has gone on, they've been more responsive to not necessarily like Edison has been a little more responsive to people around him.
Mm.
Not necessarily not like nuzzling people or licking you, just kind of like
acknowledging.
acknowledging their existence.
Laser light
Slightly
looking,
leans into the
Yeah,
pet a little
slightly,
bit.
like just barely. Just
Baby steps. It's
You know
like
what
getting
we
that
call
hug
that?
from fucking hell. It's happening.
I love that.
You
Baby
know-
steps with Edison.
You know what we call that?
What?
Progress.
Progress. Whatever. It's a
Good.
dog.
So
Dog's
That's
a dog.
great.
Tesla, so
Stared at me in the eye.
yeah, so Tesla just is usually in their workshop, if anything.
That's good. Well, I mean, now you know for the past whatever month and a half, There's been a tiny little spider flying thing just in your workshop wherever Edison is.
That's fair.
Archie's
there's
the
this-
best.
I fucking love Archie.
I love that flannel ball of light.
He's died one time, and every time I'm like, because you can rebuild them, like they'll come back.
It's not the same.
But my heart was like this. It's like this. You know what it was? It was the day that we didn't realize that I had not used his HP at all. Like I'd been getting beat up all night, and I was like, yeah, he's fine. And I was like, oh shit, that's right. He has
wait,
HP.
he's not.
Right. He died at least once, minimum.
Oops.
Yeah.
I
That's
shouldn't
okay.
have shotgunned a coffee. I'll be back.
I would like
Gotta pee and I
It's me.
gotta
It's great.
poop.
Hey, it's me and the thing.
what tools are you proficient with?
Oh, Jeebus. Let's see. There's a list somewhere. Here it is. Thieves' tools, alchemy supplies, herbalists, cartographers, tinker's tools, which is where I think I would need the most usage. And that's just the beginning.
Keep going if you got more.
No. I
Oh,
mean,
that's it.
he's not dead yet.
Okay.
Whatever caliber can help me with, that would be the other end of the
Right.
spectrum.
Okay. I'm double checking something
Of course.
at the moment. Making sure I.
Lord, I thought I knew a lot. God damn.
Yeah, these are stupid. I will say, with the poison and all that stuff, I think that would be his main goal of like how to filter, how to.
Right.
That would be his thought process. The tinker's tools, obviously, more, but.
Yeah. Now, what specifically are you looking to build?
He wants to look at the masks themselves and say, okay, what's keeping the spores out? How does
Okay.
that work? So he wants to figure out the mask.
Okay.
And then with Caliber's assistance, he would like to build something that can protect our skin. So if we do walk into an area, it's just not going to all over us. Oh, that's how we died.
Yeah.
Like, one scratch, girl. I get it. Like, I don't want that. So that's where he's... You mentioned, and it was funny when you said it, like a skin tight suit. That's not what he's like aiming for. But if he's aiming for like arms, legs, anything that can be protected, neck, that kind of area, because he doesn't want us ending up in like an 1890s like submarine tankard of like a giant bulb around your head. Like he doesn't want that. But if that's what's going to help,
If that's what.
Yeah,
If that's what
exactly.
does it, huh? Okay.
All I'm
So-
saying is
Do it.
baby powder and a Zentai.
Oh,
that.
slip right in.
Just lube it up and jump in.
I don't know where we went with this. I heard.
We're trying to save your life, and we will do anything.
I understood
Whatever.
hentai.
No,
so-
not hentai.
And
Sentai.
that's where I was like,
It's a giant latex suit that covers and zips up.
I didn't know that's what that was called.
I'll show you pictures of both of them later. To let you see.
Just to find
Just
the
for
differences.
comparison, for
Yeah.
scientific.
We're not on Camster yet.
It's for science. Bill Nye would be proud.
Jeez.
Sparked my curiosity.
I mean,
My curiosity's been
you've seen Bill
piqued.
Nye. Yeah, man.
Bill Nye is ready to
That's
become an
a scene-
anti-hero,
he's
and I'm
seen
excited.
Yes.
Anyway,
That's the character I need to build.
you
Bill
are
Nye?
not proficient in leatherworking tools, are you?
No, not yet.
Okay.
The day will come.
The day will come.
I've been busy trying to build a ship.
What
Roll
about
me a-
latex?
you
So
and,
busy.
and you yeah. Roll me a percentile.
Jeez. These ones.
Ooh. Yeah.
17.
Okay.
Jeez. Work harder.
You guys, you realize you need a leather craftsman in order to make this. Even making, being proficient in smithing tools, even somebody that an armor smith would be working in metal plates. Even in a perfect metal suit, there's still going to be space.
Right.
Are you proficient in leather working?
Yes, I am.
You are.
And as a other side effect of being a battlesmith, anything I make in the Atom armor category takes a quarter of the normal time. It costs me half as much as the usual gold.
Oh,
Yep.
nice.
Same.
So you're gonna be making all the shit.
Yeah,
Good to know.
those
Well, that's why
those
I'm
are
making
really
this.
helpful. I have the same thing.
Okay. That is
I was raving about him like half an hour ago.
Yeah, but my feet are getting stuck.
Oh.
that is going to be very important. Let's start with the masks, shall we? You just roll me a intelligence-based tinkering check, Jurek,
Got it.
because there's some things you're going to have to do while Tesla has been in and out adventuring.
What is again?
Proficiency.
Intelligence plus proficiency for tinkering. And if you have expertise,
Yeah, it's +8. So 16 + 8.
24.
Thank you.
Then-
Nicely done.
Plus your intelligence bonus.
Plus my intelligence?
Yes.
Oh, that's another 4. So
So
28.
28. Even better.
Casual 28.
Yeah.
It's whatever.
Yeah.
I'll do-
NPD.
look, it's the tools that really, because it's a +9, 29. I lied to you.
So like whatever. Just like fine.
That's fine.
+9 to proficiency. I don't know why I tried to do that when it's
Right there.
I would like to look at this delicately.
Mm-hmm.
Ding ding.
The masks are well made. They're relatively simple in their air filtration systems. You do find some ways that you can enhance them,
Yeah.
but their effectiveness is they're pretty effective as far as keeping things out of the lungs specifically. What I will say is that you do see a potential problem with them being, if they get inundated with spores, spores are ever so thick that they can clog the respirator essentially, that they can lead to suffocating. You do find you create essentially an alchemist fire like vent system to sort of burn it out. It's like a one-time use breath of fire essentially, that if used wrong will pour alchemist fire into your friends, but if used correctly will vent the mask.
If it gets too crazy thick with spores and stuff, I can also help with that.
Yeah.
With wind and fire.
Fire.
Helpful.
Earth, air, wind, and fire. Or just earth, wind, and fire.
Fire,
Whichever one you
powers.
want.
Great.
I'll provide heart.
So that's what I figure out about the mask.
Yes, and you make those modifications. You can do 4 in a week.
4 in a week.
Yes.
And that's with the crafting.
Yes, that is with
That's
your
awesome.
crafting bonuses and everything. It ends up to do 8 of them ends up costing you 100 gold pieces in 2 weeks.
Have we been making the alchemist fire at the same time?
This is happening before you've gotten those.
Oh,
This
okay.
is
He's been gone.
This is his downtime.
Oh,
Yes.
never mind.
So
I have 6 weeks, so that's the first 2 weeks. I
Yeah.
made 8 of them.
yes.
Okay, good.
Do you want to make more? I suspect that is.
Right now, with who we have, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I would assume we probably want to get 2 more,
Okay.
but we have 8,
Yeah.
so maybe.
Well, I'll tell you what. Since you're modifying 6 of them,
Mhm.
we'll say that you made 4 new ones in a week,
Okay.
and you modified the other 6 in the first week.
Okay,
So
good.
that gets you to
that's
10 in 2 weeks.
10 and 2
Because you
weeks.
weren't working from scratch. You
No,
had
yeah, I had something to
you
look
had
at.
something to work from. So that's not
Leveled
a
up.
problem.
Improved.
Improve spore mask.
Yay.
Now, for you've done some research on the spores. You've done some research on the items. You are working from a leather armor basis.
So, and that's I
Yes.
have assistance.
Now.
Armor.
In order to make enough of these.
Mm-hmm.
What's your goal?
My goal would be to equal out whatever
10?
masks we have. Yeah.
Okay.
But if we can't do it,
And you guys have 4 weeks. Well,
perfect.
I don't think Tesla's there for all of those.
No.
Because he's
They're
been.
there for maybe
I
like
also
1 or
have
2.
Caliber's help. Is she
I'll say you're 2. I'll give you 2. Caliber's not
Leather
worker.
That's right.
No, she could.
What
You
could
did
she
better than the tinkering.
That's
She was trying to find you guys a master leathersmith. That's why you rolled percentile.
That makes sense.
But
Wow.
there's none in and around where you guys are traveling from. So she can get you just a normal leathersmith. He won't be as good as Tesla, but he can help you make something.
And the good thing is, it comes down to if Tesla can figure it out the first week, then I'd be like, look how he did it.
Right.
I will help you. And then
Exactly.
we're like, that would be more helpful.
Exactly.
Let's-
So,
So for just to throw it out there, for 20 minutes of the day,
mhm,
I can assist with my channel divinity.
Mhm.
I, as a knowledge cleric, have knowledge of the ages,
mhm.
which gives me proficiency in any tools that I
Ooh.
choose
I love
for
that.
10 minutes, and I can do it twice a day.
Mhm.
So I would assume, obviously, I would help as much as possible in those 20 minutes when you need multiple hands
Better
in.
than
Sure.
nothing, man.
And then
Yeah.
when, obviously, after that's done, I'd have to
Yeah.
step back.
But thank you.
So I just want to throw it out there if that helps this in any way, shape, or
That
form.
sounds
That's
good.
cool.
Yeah.
A bolt goes missing. Wait, hold. I found.
Oh, gods. Look at that. Only for 20 minutes. Thank you, God.
I mean, those 20 minutes could be crucial.
We could be
Yeah.
life-saving.
No. It's better
And
than
they're
no
trying to save my
minutes.
life, so I have to help out as much as I can.
It's true.
Gets up from deathbed, fanning himself. Hey guys, you dropped that piece of string, and like sits back down.
I'm gonna get my vape because that was too much.
Oh my stars!
Bless their hearts.
Goes back to
Bless
reading.
Bless their hearts. They
Using
try
the fan
so
to fan the
hard.
page across.
A chaise lounge just in the workshop.
In a big robe. Together we have painted the scene. Yeah.
Well done.
Powder blue.
Power of teamwork.
And now it's
In the
your
name of
guys'
Europe,
turn
you
to
know.
animate that. scene.
Oh well.
Tesla, can you make me a leather working? I'll make it intelligence for the first
Oh,
one.
thank God. There is a God. So you said it's leatherworking?
Yes.
That's
Proficiency.
plus
If
5.
you have expertise, then you
14 plus 8, so 22.
22. Okay.
Join me in the 20s.
Okay.
It's the one thing we're good at is building shit.
That's
Man.
literally all I'm good for.
No,
I'm not mad about it.
You're like the
Got a
Tim Allens
dog.
of this
I do have a
universe.
dog.
That dog is a
So you are able to create studded leather, modified studded leather pieces. They are, you can do it in a quarter of the time. So I'll say you can do 2 in a week. So you make two models. They're more like wetsuits than a traditional
That makes sense.
leather armor would be. They're very specialized as far as donning and putting them on and taking them off. It's a relatively simple design, and hopefully something that the leather craftsman can, with your assistance,
We'll see.
craft.
Is the
Yeah.
is this because it's skin tight? It's kind of like a wetsuit. Is it something that we can put armor over? Because it's technically modified leather, so I don't want to.
Ooh,
carrying a million,
make
armors.
me, both of you roll me just flat intelligence checks. Call this like an innovation check.
So smart.
Modified 20.
14.
Okay. Nice. Modified 20 and a 14. Medium armor? No. Heavy armor that is specifically bound for, so like plate or splint. Half plate, plate, or splint. Those are the armors you could put over it. Plate, splint, and I'll give you a breastplate. Y'all all right?
I
don't
know.
What are you guys doing?
Everything's falling apart.
What's happening?
Just smacking that side of the table. I'm just like,
So
don't
he's
know.
making fun of him for not getting shit down, then I knocked my shit.
I'm sorry.
Sorry.
So that for those of us that could put on, so with, for example, Tesla has a cloak. The cloak's not going to be an issue,
The cloak's fine. Yeah.
but this is more for if you have medium plate armor on, it can't fit on
Right.
top of it.
It's so
Noted.
I will. I'm gonna say actually pretty much other than plate and half plate, because plate and half plate is on literal metal plates, and they are designed to fit on top. You wear something underneath, and I'm saying your leather, your scuba spore suit, your spore scuba suit is so tight against you that still fits.
Perfect.
The other types of armor, there's always like a padded piece underneath most of that, but you'd end up just getting in the way.
Well, and you don't want to tear anything.
Right,
Like,
exactly,
it is
because
so
it is
specific.
it is.
I get that.
It is resilient. It is designed to take a beating. I will say slashing damage. There is probably a 15% chance that it opens. Piercing damage is probably like a 30% chance.
So we need to keep away from pointy objects.
I mean, bludgeoning damage isn't going to tear it. You guys will have stuff that you can repair it with. And Jarek, make me on that same week, make me a tinkering check, please.
You have mending.
Same.
Yeah.
I'll have to take off my ice.
Okay, so
Your ice could exist over the top of it.
Okay.
But
is it going to get rid of my unarmored bonus?
yes,
Okay.
it will get rid of your unarmored bonus as well.
Miku.
It'll get rid of your unarmored bonus as well
Okay.
from Barbarian.
Okay, so I won't have unarmored bonus?
Right, because you will be armored.
Wearing armor.
Yeah.
Tips. Okay.
Because barbarians are
Yeah.
I'm
unarmored.
honestly not sure what that means for me since I'm new to.
I will explain it to you in just a few minutes.
Okay.
Let me-
25.
What you are also able to create is a
Fixie.
yes, you are able to create essentially hermetically sealed tents
For
you guys to take with you, so that you can you can pop them up, and with some minor cantrips and stuff, make sure that they are spore free.
Oh, nice.
And
Sleep.
and be able to have a place, because otherwise you would be sleeping in the armor all the time.
Yeah, no.
Like once you went to pee, you'd be done. Like it'd be like, all right, like that's
There
life.
it is.
You-
That's the end.
Yeah.
Spore's like, now's our chance, boys. Never.
What is the room
Right
like,
up the hole.
it's like between like a contaminated and like
like an airlock in a ship.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
an ET.
Yeah.
Yes.
That shit.
So
terrified me
yes,
as a
they
child.
do have like a barrier room essentially.
how many of
Like
those
an airlock.
tents would I have?
In a week, I can say 4.
That's still better than.
Yes.
Right.
So we've got 3 weeks for this armorer to follow Tesla's design, and with your assistance, hopefully do it. He is proficient. He is not great. He's got a +6. Okay. I'm going to let you roll with advantage. It is a DC 15.
Okay.
Just to recreate what
The models for the
the models.
Oof.
19.
19.
Okay. So that's 1 week.
Okay.
But it's.
Not as good. 5 plus 9? Not
14.
Ooh, missed it by 1.
Okay. Give me the next one.
Better. 16 again. Plus 9, 25. Yes.
Okay. Great. Plus 9.
For 2 and first, right?
Plus 6.
Plus 6 for him.
For him. Yeah, he's rolling with a plus 6.
So then it's still 16 plus, so
Great.
22.
Yeah. So, I will say he is able to make he's able to make 8 good ones
Nice. Go
to
him.
total. You
That's
guys have
still-
8 good ones.
Yeah.
There are 2 that he got a little sloppy with.
These are the armors.
Yes, these are the armors.
My leather wetsuit.
Yes. So this is going to change your armor class
Okay.
for everybody. And we can discuss what that means.
Yeah, because you said half plate is okay, plate and breastplate. So
I'm actually going to
plate.
just say half plate and breastplate.
Okay, so
Or
no,
half plate, plate, and
the other one was splint.
no, not
So
splint.
not
I'm
splint.
not giving you splint. I'll give you a breastplate.
So half plate, breastplate.
Yeah,
That works for me.
yeah, and I can give you full plate as well.
Full plate. Thank you, plates.
I'm
Thank
assuming
you,
we're all
Blaze.
together by now.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, this is happening over time. You are seeing these developments. You are understanding what this ends up meaning.
And I ask, Jurek is not ashamed to ask for help.
Yeah.
So there will be moments where he'll be like, can anyone, oh, thank you. And like, is that your God? Say thank you for me. And like he's fine with
I can help with any alchemy you need in medicine.
And
to
that
get
was
it.
all that stuff that we were searching for, that's definitely where we need to. I start that fire thing for the thing, that
Mhm.
one-time usage.
Mhm.
That's super. I'm sure I asked her. I'm like,
Yeah.
help me.
Would the fire coral have helped with that?
Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
See fire
I mean,
coral?
it's a potential.
I have 5 doses left of it, so
You could. I mean, just ordinary alchemist fire is enough. I don't think you want to waste the doses on something
Right.
that you can just.
But the good thing
spend
is,
a
like,
few gold
you
pieces
helped
on.
me. Like,
Yes.
so I'm
get in
proficient in
there.
alchemy, poison, and medicine. So I'm sure
I need
there's
poison.
something.
You
One
guys
day.
will need to roll the alchemy check.
Okay.
When
to
we do it, if we-
Yeah. No. To create the ever burning.
When we find the last part.
You've bought it.
Oh, we have. Awesome.
Yes.
So we're rolling that.
It ends up. We're gonna roll it in just a second. It ends up costing you guys 11,000 gold pieces.
I personally do not have that much.
It,
Do we
you
have it in
should
the bank?
you should have it in the party fund.
So minus 11,000. Oh,
Sorry, party.
Here, can I see the party gun? Well, I mean, this is to benefit.
That's
we need it.
that's what it's for.
We need it.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean,
the good thing
I've
is,
got lots of shiny gold things that if we need it, I can help because she still doesn't give a shit about
the
money.
good thing is, if this stuff, because we still technically haven't like gone down there, but if this stuff works and there is anybody down in the Underdark at all, we can not profit, but we can utilize that to help them. We also had the lady that I was gonna bring back all that stuff and be like, look what we made. Like,
Mm-hmm.
this will
Oh,
help.
we actually don't have
I mean,
11,000.
I can put in to bring us to 11.
I can put
Okay.
into. We
Thanks.
have 10,671.
Good to know.
That's all of our party golds. I don't know if we should ask everyone else if they're okay with that.
The Underdark, the situation with what we're having right now, we can totally ask, and I think
Yeah.
that's totally great. But
Because that'll completely wipe our party fund. Like I'm willing to put in
Is that
a
all
good amount.
coins as well?
I'll put in all
Etched
of mine if
coins?
I have
That's
to.
not the etched coins. The etched
Man,
coins
see-
are in a completely fucking different point of it.
we're getting broke.
I mean, Miku has a lot of money she saves up because she spends it on hats, y'all. Like
They took all my gold when they got me in prison. So literally, I've been riding on that party fund. So
Well, like I mean, I have.
I have 700 that I'm totally 100% willing to
I've
throw in
got
there.
I've
That's
got a
it.
lot of gold to help with because I just keep collecting and not spending on literally anything but hats.
I mean,
So
I think it's great that we need to ask,
she still doesn't even care. She's like, these are shiny. You
just
need them.
like
Have
as
them.
a communication.
Yeah,
But we need it.
just because we're draining the
Yeah.
whole party fund. I feel
Yeah.
like it'd be polite to ask everyone if that's okay with them.
Yeah.
You guys can also attempt to sell some of
that
these
trip.
unused items.
I have
How
ghost
many
pipes
tridents
that I
of
can
Fish
sell.
Command do we have?
I have a tentacle rod I can sell and a circle of blasting.
Yeah,
We
so
have this
we
weird
stuff.
like spore masks. Who needs those?
Just-
We can
wait,
sell
no,
them.
wait.
Yeah.
Blasting's fire, isn't it?
I got
Circle of blasting. Yeah, I mean I have one. I'm not tuned to it right now, but I have one.
That would come in handy.
Oh, that is
Because
true.
it's
I
fire.
probably should.
Poisoners.
But I'm
Not
already
that
wearing a
Prisoners as
circlet,
friends.
and it's much more.
And you
hard.
guys are down
I'll
to
borrow
2 etched Sathrian.
Well, no,
Do
we
you have
have
anything at
Yeah.
4
Two.
that we got from the ogre.
For now,
And I
I'm
see
okay, yeah.
you can.
So,
have
as
for
you
now.
guys can see on the interwebs, we are having a great fun trying to figure out
roll me
finances.
a persuasion.
Money episode.
So you
Persuasion.
Oh, nice.
That's actually pretty nice.
16
That'll
is
be
enough.
16 plus 6, so that'll be 22.
You're good. I know why.
Okay.
End up
I'm gonna write this stuff down.
22. Nicely done.
Thank you.
Would you and Jarek, both you, everybody roll me a percentile, please.
Oh, here we go.
I don't know if you need to know, but I'm letting him borrow my circle of blasting to tune to because I'm not tuned to it.
600. I'm just kidding. It's
I have
60.
a circle that means more to me than that. So
82.
82.
99.
94.
11.
I got a 99.
You ain't feeling well, girl. I get it.
94. Okay. I'm looking for the second highest number here, because you 25 or above would have been the best
The best option.
outcome.
Yeah.
Nice.
But you still do a good job. You during this time, Rothgar, you're able to take a couple of the Sathrian coins that you guys have recently gotten etched.
Mhm.
And while it is out of practice, you are able to
Barter.
beg, barter, and exchange for goods, and then get them resold. For the it ends up for 2 coins. You end up traditionally that would be about 20,000
Yeah.
gold pieces. You get
I think 94 was the highest percentile.
second highest.
99.
Second highest. Second highest was
Yes.
94.
Of course, I roll the highest, but like the second highest. I'm like, I got a 99.
Second highest.
Well, I mean,
That's
it's
still
it's,
pretty. Yeah.
it's great because if he had been the highest, I would have looked at 80
82.
something.
Oh, well,
Right.
the next time we roll percentile, I'm going to roll like a 1. Whenever you need a really high one. So that's the point I'm getting at.
Everything
You guys, so you end up spending one coin just kind of gets chewed up in the process. I'll actually give you half of that one, and then you get 94% of the other one. So it's
Oof.
9,400 plus 5,000. So you end up take from 20,000 of only being able to buy literal assassin weapons.
14,400.
14,400.
Okay.
So
And then we spend 11
You
for
spend-
the south.
Yep.
So that leaves us with 5,000 and an intact party fund.
yes,
Cool.
yeah,
All right.
it leaves you with 3,400 and an intact
And
party
an
fund.
intact party fund.
Did we get the salve from Farrakhan's temple? Where did we get that from?
You guys actually had to send out through the Sathrian contacts
This
to
is 5,000, sorry.
to
We have
purchase
whatever
it.
our party.
It is a relatively
We have
rare
So it's 10,000.
and very
we
much
have
a controlled
14,400
substance from the
we took
capital
away.
of
Oh, okay.
of the empire.
Right.
And
So that's
whatever's
part of
left
why
can
it's
be
so
put in the party
expensive.
fund.
Is you're paying to
3,000.
get it like smuggled out.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
At some point, 2 of the suits are questionable.
Right.
I'm gonna recommend one of those suits for me since I'm already infected.
Okay.
Oh,
And I wanted to see, because I am proficient in tinkering, if there was any way that I can make it somehow. I'm afraid that I'm gonna contaminate others if I get hit.
Mhm.
So I want to see if there's any way that I can finagle with. This is gonna be weird. I have the alchemy jar,
Mhm.
and I'm gonna see if there's any way that I can have like it throw honey on a wound.
Okay.
If I get cut, like the honey will stick and it'll prevent me from bleeding and the spores coming out and infecting others. Does that make sense?
It does.
It's almost like an airbag, but with, I mean, honey is the only thing in the alchemy jar that I can think of that's like sticky and.
Yeah.
This is why we need to save the bees.
Exactly. I can produce a gallon of it a day.
Okay.
With the alchemy jar.
Here is what I would like to do. Everything up until now has been able to be done by the 29th of Mask.
Okay.
At this point, any brewing for the actual thing, any modifications you want to do, how long do you guys want to wait and continue to prepare before you set out? It will take at least a week with tremendous rolls to brew this napalm, to brew this ever-growing fire potion.
Does it help being proficient in alchemy? And
It is required to even attempt. Otherwise, you're just setting fire to the island, essentially.
Are there any temples that could help us?
You guys are it.
Okay.
Yeah, there are people around. None of them know this recipe,
right?
And none of them have been inspired to learn the recipe. And you guys are as proficient or more so than anybody else on the island.
Could we try to go to a temple that is full of alchemists and try to inspire them to be interested in it?
It's not that they're interested. It's just
they don't have the knowledge.
Yeah,
like, they aren't.
It's just beyond them. You are creating something new.
I can have the knowledge 20 minutes a day.
Right. I mean, and in 20 minutes you can understand it, but it is a work week. It is 8 hours a day of going in. You are creating a new medication.
So this extra week,
yeah,
will leave us with 3 weeks left.
That will put you to the 6 of savages, and then you will have 26 days remaining.
Right.
Okay.
I think it's worth it just so we can have the ability to at least burn bitches.
Well, I think we need.
We need it. That's the whole point, right?
So,
Yeah.
Well, here, for clarity, to cure him, you need the cutting from the Zugtmoy hive.
And then we need to burn that shit all down.
Yeah.
Farrakha wanted you to burn it down because it's an atrocity against all of humanoid kind.
And I'm on Team Barrack.
But for clarity, you do not have to have it to get the cutting.
What we need to do to save his life.
I mean, now if you get down there and there's a wall of there's a giant fungus in your way and you're like, oh, should have brought the potion. That's not my fault. I'm just I want to be.
I
Says
think
the DM.
Yeah.
So I think we should
No,
fucking have
when
it.
you mention it, I do actually think it makes sense.
Yeah.
We were told about it. It was something that was going to be able to help us in the long run.
In Miku's mind, Farrakha said, we should do this. I like Farrakha.
Yeah. So, and we're the 2 that are working on it. So
Yeah.
So you would essentially ask if you can handle another week in whatever La La Land you're in.
I totally could.
Are any of the victors proficient in alchemy?
I'm the most proficient. I'm pretty sure.
You're a victor.
But that's what I'm saying. I'm the most proficient.
I think Portia's proficient in alchemy. Yeah. She would have one.
Just trying to get as much help.
She would have one tool proficient.
This is a week.
I'm not sure it was something I gained.
Right?
Yeah.
That they will have with us. In this week, I would keep attempting divine intervention from Miravina, being a knowledge cleric of Miravina, to somehow aid them in said
alchemy.
I don't know how the goddess would aid in such thing, but I would try to divine intervention every day.
All right. Well, let's start with day 1.
And I have Farrakha's symbol. I'm not, obviously I'm a druid. I'm not a follower of her, but I would like, not knowing what I'm doing, talk to her every day. Be like, hey, it's me, your girl.
It's D100.
Thanks, I'm doing this.
It's 12 or lower?
Yeah.
You could help me out.
Of course, I rolled an 11 whenever I didn't need
Use the
it.
bad days. Oh, wait, no, I cleansed it. Don't use that.
During this whole process, since
Yes.
I'm like worse than useless,
You're not. Never say that.
You've literally helped me. Like
you have a week. You can repair those two suits that he didn't.
Because we have enough suits for everyone though. Everyone's going on this journey, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then I think we're fine there.
Okay.
I'm actually going to start work on Nezra's armor.
Okay.
And I'm going to try
to rate this up. 75 for the first day.
I'm going to try to add a. I'm going to try and add a +2. Enhanced defense on it, which is one of my artificer infusions, but I want to try.
You want to do a long-term enchantment. That sounds good.
I'm going to.
I can tell you in just a moment
to integrate into it.
I'll figure it out.
Nezra's my homie.
At some point, if possible, Rothgar would like to meet with Hal.
Yes, we will. I will.
Yeah, that's later on, but yeah.
Does not happen.
Okay.
All 7 days.
Okay. A +2
11
in +2 armor enhancement. You need to do that. You need something from a type of creature. There are many creatures. Something with like a strong hide.
Okay.
So like dragon scales would be one, but so would be like bullets with their big, thick carapace. Okay. Any purple worm, maybe. There are things, lots of things that have very strong, tough hides. If we come across anything that I think will do it, I will let you know.
Okay.
And just so we are clear, to create that enchantment is base 25 weeks and 20,000 gold pieces.
Okay.
For you, it's a quarter of that.
Okay.
So 5,000 GP.
Nice.
And
isn't it half the
it's
cost?
half, so it's
half the cost.
So
and a quarter of the
10,000
time.
and a quarter of the time.
If you need gold for it, Miku will gladly give you gold.
You don't need it right now. You got to get
when the time comes for the enchantment. I just have to get it.
Yes.
I have to get the armor functional again.
So you know, if this is for Nezra, Miku would give you like whatever you need gold wise.
You can get the armor functional in a week.
Okay.
And it costs half the norm. It'll cost you 50 gold pieces.
Okay.
To get it.
I have 5.
The party can pay you. Absolutely. The other 45.
I need to make some money. Good grief.
So do I. Rothgar's down to 100 gold.
We have not gone down
I
to
have a lot.
to search for money in quite a while. We've been super busy.
I've just never spent it except for hats.
So yeah,
I've been spending too much on fine clothing.
Nezra's armor from being all burned and gross.
Okay.
Do you have your clothing now from our conversation? Was that ready after your clothes got burned away, or was that before?
I probably wasn't wearing that upon the clothes getting burnt into a crisp and me walking naked. So now I have that one.
Okay.
I still think you should wear your bird clothes.
They're ceremonial.
Let's give you the chance to talk to Hal. Because I think you guys are.
We have to roll.
Yes, you do.
Oh, yes.
You need to roll for alchemy. Here is what I would like to do for this. I'm going to do something that D&D doesn't really do. It's something I saw from Shadowrun. It's some other things do it.
Cool.
We're going to do a week interval is the time frame.
Okay.
You guys together need to hit. It's something I do for like when people are falling and we'll try to catch them. I'm going to give you a very high DC.
Got it.
But it is the total between your two checks. Okay? Because this is an extended process. I will say that you can make the checks with advantage between the aid of allies, Portia, Simandriel, all of those sorts of things.
What do I add to alchemy? Because I've actually never made a check with alchemy before.
It will be, this is very specific. It is an intelligence-based proficiency check.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay.
So it would be my intelligence
Plus your
plus
proficiency.
proficiency.
Yes.
So it's it out. So
Do you have expertise in alchemy? Then you would get proficiency times 2.
So
You
it's
get
going to be
plus
but
8,
no,
plus
because it's
4.
not plus 1 after that. So it's going to be plus 4
I need you to look at both of these numbers
plus your intelligence, which is plus 4.
so it's a plus
I'm
8.
not mad at it.
No, because you're already getting plus 8 from
Plus
your double
12.
proficiency. So it's plus 12.
right now. 31
Okay, good to know.
with a nat
Okay.
20.
Oh, good job.
All right. So
I rolled a
Nicely
20 and a
done.
19.
31. I'm just
12.
Yeah.
calculator. I'll add them up.
3
You-
plus 12.
No, you get
Advantage. 16. That is the
28.
A 16
28.
plus 12. There we go. So far, do we know what the DC is, or do we know what we're kind of shooting for?
Yeah. You're looking for 50.
I got a 31.
Per day?
No.
all together.
For the altogether.
59.
Okay, then they got it.
It's 59.
It's 59 right now.
There you go.
Cool.
By our powers combined,
Wait, that means I have to be water everything. Right?
I'll be part, our part
No.
there.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Form
It's
of,
the
shape
Wonder
of,
Twins.
Wonder
Yeah.
Twins.
Yeah.
I got you.
That's fine.
Shape of an ice
I
Aurora.
went deeper into my age than I should.
You're good.
I was going with Captain Planet. I was like, one twin powers, Captain
Yeah.
Planet.
I also
To be fair, that just makes me the chimp on the side, like, you know?
Heart gets a chimp.
Useless.
Hey,
No, comic relief.
Every day.
comic relief is very
Perfect. That's
So
did
you
it.
got it.
important. Yay!
On the first one. Yeah.
Well done.
Yes, dice.
Drake and Mika were in there with like their goggles on, just like crazy smiles. Like,
I will say it is volatile. It has a shelf life. You will need to do maintenance checks on it while you are in the Underdark.
oh shit.
Okay,
yes.
because it is
The exact. No,
it is brand new and it is not designed to last long.
I will say we wrote down this formula that we had.
Absolutely, you guys have the formula. You absolutely have the.
But like
formula.
everything that we did, I want to make sure we wrote it down.
Mhm.
Turn clockwise.
Curious.
You've got the Half-Blood Prince direction.
Yeah.
Don't cut it. Smash it.
Right?
Me and Drake are like, we got this. Everyone's like,
Precedent,
what the
the
fuck?
Because
is
I'm
this
assuming it's
doing?
like nitroglycerin that it will blow up if it like shakes too much. It's
Ca-
volatile.
It is volatile. It is volatile, and it is designed to. What you guys know is it not terribly. It's designed to once it identifies its fuel source, it will continue to burn that
Ooh, that's cool.
essentially forever and spread across that.
Got it.
So
Is the fuel source the spores?
that's
That's
what
the
you.
intended.
That's the intention. So when you go to use it, it's not just chuck a stick of dynamite. It is apply with purpose
Oh, okay.
to introduce it to either the spore or the fungal root system, and then it will continue to burn, much like that heart would continue to grow, as long as it has that fuel source.
That makes sense.
It will essentially hit it with that 18d 10 of fire every round,
Okay.
and it creeps out. But if you introduce it and the first fuel source that it catches is humanoid flesh, it will burn
Humanoid
the
flesh.
humanoid flesh nigh on forever.
Got it. Because
So-
the reason I asked is,
Have to hold it?
would we know? That's what I was gonna say. Would
Yeah.
we know that even if it's in the bag of holding and we shake the bag, it's not gonna
That's not gonna disrupt it.
like? Okay.
You will need to make sure once a week you'll basically need to do a maintenance check.
Got it.
I
Yeah.
have,
And it'll be a
holding.
much
Me too.
lower.
Do we want to? Do we still have a group bag of holding?
Yeah.
You guys do have 2 bags of holding that should be connected,
I
Okay.
have one of them.
That's-
or
that's
you
good.
guys at least have 1 bag of holding. I will say you can pay to get the second bag.
I just have my
connected.
personal one, but I didn't know how much of this
Right. I
we
want to
have.
make sure that both groups
have access
have
to it.
access
That's
to things that
exactly
are
what I was.
that
Well, I
are
think-
in there.
If I'm not mistaken, I think Rothgar had the other bag of holding and he gave it to Maddie
Perfect.
recently.
Perfect.
So,
So potentially Nico and Maddie have the 2 that.
yes,
Connect.
I
Great.
believe so.
Stats.
Yes.
super helpful.
Yes.
Yes.
Perfect.
Thank you.
That is good to know for like future things.
Yeah, it takes. There's a waiting period
Of a
of
week, I think.
a
you
week
said.
in between. So You can't. I want everybody in the team to be able to do stuff, but I don't want you guys to be able to like, I'm gonna crawl in the bag and then crawl out the other side, right? Like players are super creative, and I believe you guys would find a way to be like, I put the bomb in this bag and I pull it out that bag, and everything blows up. Like you guys would solve all your problems with these 2 bags, and I believe you could.
It's a portal,
right? No, but it's not. It's a long delay.
DM's
so
swerve.
Yeah.
That was for Jacqueline. I don't dab ever. But that was for Jacqueline.
For Jacqueline.
She's the only person I'll dab for on this entire planet.
So.
So that's the week that they're doing that.
Yes, and that was the week that you were.
I wanted to attempt.
Yes,
to do some fail safe if I get cut. But
make a tinkering check.
Proficiency plus intelligence. Intelligence isn't horrible, so. Oof, that's not great. That's 10 plus. Where is my? Oh, it's all the way at the top. They're 14.
It's okay. It's not brilliant, but you got time while you're down there to keep working on it.
And time on the way.
Mm-hmm.
On the boat.
Yeah.
Geez, that was a lot of work, guys.
I will actually say you guys are how long was it? By 6 days? By phenomenal vessel?
Yeah. To the nearest opening.
To the nearest opening. Okay.
It would be on Mask. No.
The 12th of Mask is when you guys are getting to the Underdark entrance. But before that, before you guys leave. Savages. Not Mask. Sorry. Before you guys leave. Rothgar, anytime during that week, you are able to what time of day? You tell me, you set the scene.
It'll be where is Hal and they're in that like back room at the World Peace.
That's where they're staying right now. That's where they're living. Some of the victors that don't have to participate to assist you guys. So other than Portia and Caliber, Lundis, Areshki keeps herself pretty busy up in the mountains.
Mm-hmm.
Lundis has his brotherhood business to work on.
Yeah.
So that would just leave. I'm forgetting one of my Animus.
He's probably helping Samandria, right?
He definitely can be. Well, no, he's also got to be casting regeneration on you fools every day to get you unblistered and burnt.
Yep.
So, so yeah, he is back there.
Yeah.
He's also he wanders around town. He usually goes out at night, less likely to draw attention to himself.
He's just the exhausted mom, like, you fucking kids.
In that case, I'm going to go up to him, and let's just say, for sake of argument, I've noticed that he tends to do like a walkabout at night.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'll go up and I'll just knock on the door, and I will. Hallian, it's me. It's Rothgar.
How are you doing? He opens the door.
Yes.
What can I do for you?
Hallian, I've noticed you tend to go on a bit of a walk around this time, and I was wondering if I might join you.
Well, please be my guest. Let me just grab my jacket, and we'll be off.
All right.
He goes out. A few minutes later, comes back out. You've seen his high sort of big leather duster that he wears over the armor, and you've probably noticed when he goes out, it is buttoned so that the high white and silver sheen of the breastplate and the greaves is not obvious, at least at a distance. And then you guys will begin to take a walk among the
Do I know where he's usually going?
He kind of meanders.
All right.
He wanders. He'll stop in different places, and get a drink, and he kind of goes by old temples, ones that aren't necessarily used. So yeah, you can see he kind of you'll come to like a crossroads, and probably he'll go whichever way he didn't go last night.
Yeah.
So it's not hard, but he'll also, anytime you get somewhere, if you want to go in a direction, he'll just sort of follow.
Yeah. For the beginning of the night, it's just going to be a lot of like interesting times, like small talk sort of stuff.
Yeah. He'll share the anecdotes of, Legos were different when I was
they just clicked better.
Right.
There was higher tolerance.
What happened to Legos?
Yeah.
Star Wars Legos, Harry Potter Legos. Like, you used to just build stuff. Yeah.
God, Grandpa, you can't just say Lego. No, but
truck made of lead.
And that shit was delicious.
Lead flavor.
But as the night goes on, and we've stopped by a few taverns and drinks have been had, as we're walking, I'm going to look at him and I'm going to say, Hal, I don't necessarily know how to say this, and it might just have something to do with how we initially met. I don't necessarily like you all that much.
I can't blame you. I'm not always an easy person to like.
But I've come to a bit of a realization. And you said it, there are some things you can't talk your way into and out of, and I've done that all my life. And I realized, and he looks down at his kind of blistered hands that are being healed. He goes, I think I've realized why I talk. And I think I need to understand you a little bit more here.
All right. Well, whatever I can do.
Hal, I think I'm a coward.
Nothing wrong with being a coward.
Hal, I was afraid. There was a suggestion of talk, reason, and that's safe. It's been safe. And I was terrified. And it worked out. We did what we needed to, but people got hurt. Some people almost irrevocably. If it weren't for you and some of the other victors, these would be forever. Hal, why aren't you scared?
He takes a moment, and he'll kind of go and sit on the front steps of like a brownstone house for a moment. And as he sits, he'll start to unbutton the armor, the jacket that covers it, and kind of spreads it out so he can do the like thinking man sit. And he's really considering it for a moment. I'd love to tell you that the good answer, the easy answer, is that I've faced all the worst things that could happen to me. That I've seen my friends die, that I've died, that I've seen my order destroyed, and that you get through it and you keep going, and it's easy, or it's not easy, but it gets easier. That's the lie. That's the propaganda. That's the story, right? That's the story that everybody gets to tell and to hear. And the truth is that those things still scare me. That I am still very much afraid. But the truth is, I'm going to be afraid no matter what. If I don't do anything, if I stayed in Dreadhole till my days ended, they'd still be filled with fear of what was going to happen without me, what my friends were going through, or my order, or the Republic, or the Empire, or anybody I cared about. I wasn't there to see it or help them. And maybe if I had been, I could have done something. And when I am there, I'm afraid that whatever I am doing is going to get them killed. That's how Gray died. Gray didn't get to come back. But if I'm going to be afraid either way, then I choose to be afraid when I can be afraid on my own terms. I can do some things. I am very good at hitting things. And sometimes that fixes problems. And most of the time it makes more. I am okay at giving advice. And I am very good at scaring people. Some things should be afraid. I am one of them. I should absolutely be afraid. I'm glad I am. That means I'm a human. I'm a humanoid. It's not bad, because the truth is, when you, a dragonborn of no small amount of skill, aren't afraid for your friends, for yourself, for people around you, there's nothing to hold you back to just breathe lightning on everything, to smash it. That's not how we get better. That's not how people grow. I'm glad you're afraid. But not if it stops you.
Hrothgar's going to kind of look down, take in what was said, and he's going to look back up, and he's going to look at Hal, and he's going to say, "Thank you. Oh, thank you for that. Still don't know if I like you, but thank you." And he reaches out a hand for a good handshake.
Sure. He'll shake your hand and kind of pull on you to stand himself up.
And we go.
Yeah.
He'll continue to walk with him.
Absolutely. Yeah. When you guys are done, he'll just sort of leave you with a don't worry about being afraid. Worry about not doing anything.
Yes.
So, anything else before you guys set out?
I want to make sure Tybalt has his Stones of Far Speech.
Yes, he does.
And that Fenrir is taken out once a day.
Of course.
Okay.
Oh, are we still in the town where I'm so sorry. We've been in Arartico. We're still there.
You guys have been in and out of there, yeah.
Okay. Whenever we make the fire and we're like, oh, this is working.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Oh shit, it works.
It's working. I would like to take our notes, bring them over to Farrakha's temple.
Great.
And awkwardly, of course.
Yeah.
I brought a lot of notes about things that you want, and I'll bring it to whoever the mother hen, whatever
Yes.
that was.
Mother hen. I
Forgot her
definitely
name.
would have gone with you.
Den mother. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I like drop off the notes. And
They are tremendously appreciative. She's a little puzzled by it at first, but she assures you that they're extremely grateful. They will study it. And just seeing the ingredients, she's in awe of what you guys have been able to gather.
Yeah, I definitely want her people to know.
Yeah.
I don't know if I would reveal that I got it from the god itself,
No.
but I feel like
she very much does attribute it as
perfect.
As divine
That's
inspiration.
more of what I was going to say.
Yes, absolutely.
And then with the wetsuits themselves and the mask stuff, I take it to, I forgot her name. It's in my other notebook. Is he here?
Metacarda?
What is his name?
Metacarpal?
Or Saravich?
Yeah, Saravich. If he's there too, just that I don't need to meet him, but I think that's her name. Saravich. Yeah, that's his name. Her name was
no. Or
something hell.
The fancy one?
Bahal.
So I say, I kept my promise. I bring you this information. We're going to go test it.
Great.
And, you know, that way she knows, ooh, new merchandise.
Oh, yeah.
Is this what we're building?
Yeah.
I want to give her the basic form, like plans. Great. This is what we took. It's hard to make. Like,
yeah.
So I want to keep that connection open.
Absolutely. Yeah. They are
proof that we're like.
And again, very appreciative.
That's what I want.
As we were leaving Farrakhan's temple, Miku would go up to the altar and place another piece of bark on it and just kind of whisper, like, we're going to burn it like you want. And then walk away.
One day you're going to see a snake lady on a shoulder and you're like, whoop! I've got snakes too. Release
another
the snakes.
snake hug?
So I'm personally ready to go to the Underdark. I shouldn't have said that.
Are we ever ready to go to the Underdark? No! The answer is no. Are we going to brave it? Yes.
How are we feeling?
First Mandriel.
So are we Sorry. No, just whenever we're on the ship, just let me know.
Okay. You guys should, going into the Underdark, you also know that you need to buy rations. And you need to...
I think I can create food and drink.
I think the same thing.
I'm assuming that I can't find food or water down there, right?
It's a spell once a day.
Because that's one of my features, but I'm assuming there's nothing
we should still get some.
Do you want to eat food from the Underdark?
No.
Okay. Well, then I am attempting to help you in this suggestion, but you guys are welcome to do whatever you would like.
I'm guessing since it's infected with sentient evil spores, the answer is probably safe to say no.
I can create 45 pounds of food and 30 gallons of water.
Nice.
That's
on
good.
the ground or in a container within range.
I can purify food and drink.
I can do that too.
I still think we should buy rations.
Fun fact,
just in case we get separated and the rest of them can't do that.
Fun fact, the food is bland.
Oh,
yeah.
But nourishable.
We spend 400 on spices.
It specifically says.
Well, actually, I can change a cantrip out to cast prestidigitation, make it taste.
To make it taste good.
Oh my God.
It specifically says the food is bland but nourishing and spoils if not eaten in 24 hours.
Actually,
the water is clean and doesn't go bad.
Can we talk about what day we leave?
Currently, you guys are up to the 7th of Savages.
7th of Savages.
Because you said we enter on the 12th.
If you guys leave on the 7th.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did we discuss or did we find out if one of the Oathsworn would be able to be our guide for the Underdark, or do we not have a guide yet for the Underdark?
No one has. We never got to the scrying attempt.
Okay.
And have you
we
guys
could still do that on the ship?
Did you want? Yeah, I mean that's something you guys can do as you travel.
Cool. Just to because I know you said with a guide, it's 2 weeks apart travel.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Out of curiosity, how much is half an ounce? Like, what is that considered? Like,
there's like.
Oh, what?
Okay, in liquid form,
poison.
It's 128 ounces is a gallon.
And this is like half an ounce.
And so it's
it's like little.
Yeah.
What's that little poison helping you? Look at all of this.
I just
bottles of poison everywhere.
I'm thinking if we run into something, I'm thinking for like the arrows,
Sure.
like to infuse poison in them somehow. But
Yeah.
I mean, worst case scenario, I stab myself and just shoot them with it.
Mayonnaise.
Mayonnaise. We'll do that. But I was just curious. Just
okay.
Did someone say poison?
I hope you didn't say that out loud because he will be like, bottles? Like, is this what you want?
I have an alchemy jar.
Popping bottles in the
I haven't
in the
made
dark.
Like a slither.
I can make acid too if you need that.
Acid? Acid is like
This
this is all he gives
Primal
me.
Fury.
What would you like?
I can make beer.
I feel like between Drake and Mika, it's just like poison, acid.
Is this what you
Instruments of death.
Yeah, that's what I'll do.
They are the worst people to take to the bar.
Yeah.
You never know what you're going to end up drinking.
We're the best people to take to the bar.
I haven't poisoned anyone yet.
No.
I may have, you won't know yet.
I think
I wouldn't have to say.
like RP wise, I feel like on the after the 8 hours of good and Sam not feeling great, the other do math,
16 hours of the day.
Yeah, that. I think I would like probably drink beer out of the bar, the alchemy jar to make me feel better.
Sure.
Well, we're going to have double greater restorations. Because we're going to have one in the ring. She's going to cast one. That's first 8 hours. I'll cast second 8 hours.
10 hours for me would be considered a long rest now.
Yeah.
And now we have hit, I am 3 weeks out. So now I have hit 2 weeks of greater restorations, not even doing much.
Look, he's walking and I just get the tent out. Like you're tired. Go into the tent.
I need to be put in a bubble, is what I'm thinking.
I haven't created the walking bubble yet. One thing at a time.
Anti-life shell. I got that shit.
Oh.
I don't know what that is, but it sounds...
Nothing but undead or constructs can get close to you.
No, I need something not to get out of.
Or get out of it. That too.
That's what I'm worried about. But anyways.
I would like... roll me a percentile. Everybody roll me a percentile.
I'm not going with red anymore. That's so orange.
40.
40.
85. This is the highest percentile tonight.
61. 99. Oh, for you.
Yeah. For me.
What was yours?
46.
You had
85.
85. 85 is enough.
Yes.
Rolled an 80. So, as you guys are traveling, scrying on Greer proves ineffective. He has a very strong wisdom saving throw. But you guys are able to reach him via the sending spell from Portia.
Nice.
So he does agree to meet you guys at your entry point.
Greer.
So Greer will serve as your guide.
Helpful.
Underguide.
We get to see Greer again.
Underguide. I'm writing that down.
Underguide. He's dressed like a bellhop.
Which way do we go, sir?
Like a tower of terror bellhop.
Yeah.
As you guys travel, the nearest place for you to make the descent is actually that mine that you guys had helped clear out, the place that you got infected. It's that or the Adamantine Fortress, but that's held by Sanctum, and you guys have already been arrested once. Let's not do that right now.
Rothko doesn't need another month in the woods to ruin another set of clothes.
Let's discuss what the armors do to your armor class.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
I think it brings me down to like a 16.
It should be 12 plus your
14.
dexterity.
14.
So your armor class becomes a 14.
Yeah.
What armor do you have?
Half plate.
You have half plate.
I'm lucky.
So that should be the same.
Okay, good.
You have to go. You have to drop. You can wear armor as a warforged.
Yeah.
but you lose all benefits of your
non-armor.
Yeah, I've tried to put it up there and it won't change.
It won't change.
But
what is your dex mod?
It's +0, so it's probably just 13.
It would be 12. And your normal armor gives you your proficiency bonus.
It gives me my proficiency bonus. It gives me 13 plus my proficiency bonus.
Okay, and that's the light version.
Yes.
Because
that's the medium version.
Set it to the light version.
What kind of armor would this be considered?
Studded leather.
I'm going to change it to see if it'll let me.
Siri's about to check for studded leather.
Siri, please check for studded leather stuff.
I'm hoping that mine doesn't pick it
up. I've done that on stream before to make people's phones at home.
Yes.
I've done that.
Okay. So
I won't do it.
We have an Alexa in the trailer at Shitstorm, and every time I say Alexa, she's like, yes. We're like, ah. It's so scary. It's like Cyberdyne.
Integrated protection bonus for light armor is 16.
We'll go with that.
Okay.
I am allowing. So what I'm saying is that you are reducing the size of your integrated armor to the point that you can fit on the cat suit.
Okay.
But in the light armor phase, you still have those metal bands underneath there. So it's going to protect you from blows, from hits and stuff. But we're gonna say it reduces it to that.
Sounds good.
Okay. So Mandriel, what do you normally wear?
I normally wear scale mail.
Okay.
It did let me switch it to studded leather.
Great.
So yeah.
So it should just
it automatically was a scale mail gave me 14 plus my dex plus his infusion plus my shield.
Yep.
Now I have 12 plus dex plus infusion plus shield.
Yep. Okay. And Miku, your what is your dex modifier?
+3.
+3.
Yeah.
So in the studded leather, your armor class is 15 without your shield.
Okay.
And with your shield, her shield's a +1.
2.
+2. Oh. So it becomes 19.
Nice.
Okay.
19 with the shield.
That was a gift from Asphyxia.
Yeah,
I don't know if it makes a difference. I have one of the faulty suits.
Understood.
Because that's the one that I tinkered with.
Here's what is faulty about the suit. The ratings for slashing, the failure rating on slashing and piercing damage is doubled.
Okay. So that makes it 30% and 60%.
Okay.
So if you get hit with
slashing,
you'll need every time you take slashing or piercing damage, you guys will roll a percentile. If it rolls under the number, your suit is damaged. The armor class remains the same, but you'll have to start making con saves against the spores.
Sounds good.
Okay.
I did write down all of the information for everything that we created.
Great.
I would love for somebody to check it later just to make sure it makes sense to everybody because I write funny. But
sounds good.
It's like doctor notes over here.
It must have been everyone was looking at me. Don't take notes. He's got the notes.
Okay. You guys make it to the mines. You begin your descent. You have a brief conversation with mine foreman. Workers have begun to return. You've done well in ridding it of the ogres. However, he does begin to complain that some of his people might be getting sick.
Well,
we'll deal with that.
Everyone's got a problem or something.
The victors are
okay.
Going to stay up here and work on containing this so that there is no outbreak of people on the surface.
For the benefit of the miners, I would like to at one point say, does anybody know what this means? And see if I can get them to the suits. See if I can get them to understand if there's anyone there.
Those, not these guys.
Perfect. Yeah. Just wanted to know. Thank you.
All good.
They're just simple miners.
Yeah, they can't be more than 12, 13 years old.
Miners, not miners.
God, I love that movie.
As you guys make your way into the mines,
I pass out bark to everyone.
you find your point of descent, the place that had been trapped. You guys had fallen from previously. And you begin to wind your way down. You've gotten a brief map quickly drawn by the foreman to sort of help you guys as you make your way down there. The air's going through pockets of hot and cold, and you end up traveling for about half a day. So, Mandriel, we are to your difficult portion of the greater.
I'm in the 3 weeks of. I put half greater restoration, but it's too difficult.
So make me a Constitution saving throw at the start of the day.
Can we assist in any way?
No.
Natural 20.
Oh
Perfect.
shit!
Yeah.
He's cured.
We don't have
Let's go. We're fine.
We're fine. Let's
We're
go.
good.
We did it.
Okay.
We're gonna
The
stay
end.
right here.
Thanks for listening.
Early
So,
game today, guys.
DC for this, and we'll start right now, is going to start at 14.
Okay.
Every time you fail it, it gets one higher.
Okay.
When you succeed, you get a full night's rest. You recover all of your spell slots. You do not take the point of exhaustion. You are not poisoned. It is as though Greater Restoration worked great.
When I pass it.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. When you fail, you get half the time effectiveness of Greater Restoration.
Okay.
But the difficulty increases, and it's as though you did not get your 8 hour your long rest.
So it'd be 1 point of exhaustion.
The points of exhaustion do begin to stack.
Okay. So
Yeah.
I'll start with 1 and then so on and so forth.
Right. Exactly.
Okay. Got it.
Okay. You make it into the depths. The stones have crept in around you, and it's been walking through tunnels for hours. And up ahead, you begin to hear something just a bit different. It sounds like water or wind. There's creaking coming from ahead, and it begins to grow as it echoes through the mines. And you round the corner, and across the way, there's this thin layer of rock. You can tell it's thin because there's just a bit of light kind of creeping in from the other side. You get up there, a few swift kicks and punches, a little bashing against it, and it breaks away to a vast underground system. From here, you are at least 80 feet up from what looks like the main ground. You can see nearby there is a river sort of winding its way through the Underdark, the walls, the ceiling, almost every inch of it covered in these iridescent, glowing greens and blues and browns. Far more browns than you expected. And some of them have sort of a copper sheen, others an iron smell like blood or rot, decay.
Don't like that.
I'd like all of you to make a perception check, please.
11.
We haven't played yet. Oh, that's why we haven't played yet. That one.
27.
Why did that just happen?
Did you- I'm witness to that. Holy
With the
shit.
badge, a
Oh, mod
natural
20.
1.
Ooh.
There was a
rolled
1 and a
2
1.
nat ones.
Ooh. Ooh.
Whoa.
Get him out now. Get him out
Get
now.
him out now.
It's perception.
If it helps, I got 27. So.
Because I also got that one on perception.
Whoa.
2 nat ones, the 27,
Mod 20.
mod 20,
A 11.
11. Okay.
Put them
Tesla, you see, you guys open up into this vast area, and you're looking out, your eyes scanning across the way, and it's all very enthralling for a moment. It's so enthralling. You see Rothgar and Samandriel take just a step too far, and they miss that the edge that is stone has been sort of covered over with moss. It's not as sturdy. They think it's wider.
Can I reach out and try?
I would like all three of you to make dexterity saving throws, please.
Ooh, I get 27. Would we have seen this and helped them?
You guys see something else.
Which is probably worse.
Ooh, no.
Probably worse.
Oh, Jesus. All right, that'll be dexterity 14.
I'm not mad at it. 18.
Natural 1.
Okay.
I can't.
Oh, look, moss. And like,
Look,
my friends are stepping there.
Yeah, you, Samandriel, you're able to pull your foot back, just in the nick of time. Like you start to go and you step, you maybe slip a little bit, but you get back on the ledge. Tesla, you see Rothgar continuing to go. You go to kind of reach for him. The lichen gives out from underneath you. You're still on top, but we'll say that you've fallen prone as you're trying to reach for him. Rothgar, you drop and you turn around. You get your claws out in time, but you don't get it in time to grab the rock. You grab just the chunk of like lichen moss, and it's beginning to. You're slowing down, but you're not on like a full.
Yeah. I'm moving.
You're still moving. You're still falling. But you're like slow falling at this point as you continue to do that. Make me an athletics check. And while you do that, the two of you roll me percentiles, please.
Thank God. Athletics is going to be a plus. There we go. +8. So that's 27.
27.
64.
46.
Oh, God. 64,
Literally
46.
the exact opposite.
Whoa.
Maybe I'm good. Maybe
Oh, it's like this now.
Sometimes it be like that.
That's so funny. It's like,
Yeah.
You guys hear this. Everybody hears the shrill scream. Just this pained death knell of a creature. Sounds feminine, difficult to tell exactly what it is, but is just being rended. It sounds like torture, but it is rapidly cut short. And you hear after that an odd maniacal laughter, or you think it's laughter. The three of you definitely think it's laughter, but the two of you that rolled over 20 can hear it's more of a chittering. It's more of a skittering noise. It's a group of sort of beaks and legs that are squeaking and screeching and sort of crying, that forms this odd maniacal twisted version of laughter. You look out down across near the river with their back to it. You see a couple of humanoids, one of them on the ground, these creatures over the top of them, and you see another one, humanoid, large in frame, battle axe in hand, who is attempting to fend them off of his companion. That is about 60 feet down, 30 feet across, about 90 feet away. What would you guys like to do?
So it looks like there's a fallen female, a person standing over them, defending them from a group of things?
Yes, from a group of sort of bug monsters. I'm about to describe it to you. I'm just making sure that I'm thinking of the right monster, to be honest with you.
Depending on whatever monster it is, I know what I want to do.
So
there it
Hrothgar
is.
at this
So
point
they
is
are.
not sure whether or not he made that noise.
Was that Hrothgar? No.
Excuse
me.
He's like, this is like
They are. So they are. They're sort of humanoid sized, medium creature sized. They are worms with snake-like worms that have multiple tentacles that open up from around the beak. They look very much like this.
Hard pass.
Huh. Okay.
Okay.
I've seen one of those.
Mika
You
would,
have.
Mika would like to cast a wall of fire in between the two of them. It's 120-foot range.
Okay.
120-foot range to cast it or long?
No,
It's
it's
range cast.
120-foot range.
Okay.
It's 60 by 20
Yeah.
Okay.
by 1.
Tesla is going to cast Chaos Bolt at the closest one.
So let's flip for initiative. Let's do that.
Aww.
No,
they're-
Tesla's not doing anything.
Well, I guess I'm not doing that.
No.
That's what
They don't know you're there.
Okay.
They're surprised. They will be surprised condition.
Okay.
yeah.
This
And
round.
we rolled high enough that we know we're like,
We
oh,
see
You you two absolutely
Right.
see that.
So we have
You've heard
advantage.
it. No, you don't need it.
they're surprised.
They have the surprise
I didn't
condition.
flip well, so that's
Um,
what I'm saying.
That's fair. That's fair.
So up top, ace, king, queen, jack.
Jack.
So you are, I'm going to say about 30 feet down when you grab yourself. Okay. Your fall at half, you're going to take half damage.
Yeah.
And you've caught yourself. So you take 15 divided by 2, 8 points of just bludgeoning damage with you getting your claws like into the rocks and
Yeah.
stopping yourself, like a shoulder kind of
Yeah.
dislodges
Yeah.
for a second. But what would you like to do?
So having rolled an 14 on perception, am I aware?
At this point, yeah, you know something down there is going on. You probably haven't seen what's happening, but you know something down there is definitely going on.
So I'm gonna yell up, are we helping?
Help! We're going to help.
And with that, I'm gonna push myself, jump off the rocks, cape, wings, and I'm gonna fly down in between Axe Buddy
Okay,
and the impending army of Doom Death.
great. There, as you are flying down, you can see that there is one of these things that is larger than the others, and then there looks to be about 8 other bricks, is what they are.
Sorry, you said so there was one big one and then 8 smaller ones?
Yeah.
Okay.
The smaller ones, 2 of them are on top of the woman's like body corpse.
Well, then I'm going to get down there.
Yeah.
I'm going to...
You move 60 feet, so you can get
just
over them. Yeah.
I'm going to not superhero land, but like get there and like just as I'm about to hit, like, and it stops myself. And I'm going to rage.
Okay.
Take out...
Is it a bonus action or an action?
It is a bonus action to rage. Oh,
Your wings.
Wings
That's what I'm
is
asking.
I don't know. I didn't even check, but it's probably a bonus
I'll
action.
give you a bonus action for this. Check on it for next time.
Okay.
Okay.
So bonus action.
So yeah,
Bonus action to do them or bonus action
to bring them out.
Yeah. So
for right now.
yeah.
Um.
Bonus action. Bonus action. Fly down, and I'm just going to take 2 attacks
Take your
on
attacks.
the guys who are on one of the things that's on top of. Well, one for each.
One for each. Got it.
And sorry, I was going to say I didn't. I'm attacking with the mace
Okay.
at this point.
Got it. Thank you, Mace.
So that'll be a dirty 20 and a 19.
Both hit.
All right. That'll be 2d8 All right, so that'll be 4 plus 5. So that'll be 9 to one of them and 7 to the other.
Got it.
And I'm just kind of going to look at the guy and go, need a hand?
I need more than one if you've got it.
Coming right up.
We've got 10.
All right. It was Jack. 10, 9, 10.
10. We're 90 feet away.
You are 90 feet away.
Would I have heard of or know what these are?
You can, as a bonus action, make any intelligent, any history, nature, arcana, religion. You tell me what you want to make, though, before you roll. Please.
History or religion? I'm going to go with history.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, not great. 17.
17. Yeah, it's called a Grick. They are roving ambushers, and usually they are very passive hunters. Usually they wait for things to sort of creep into their area, into their domain, into their nests. But this looks like they've probably, due to the spores or something, that they're rabid. They're kind of out looking for food.
Okay. As an action, I'm looking for it. Where are you? An action, right? Yes, you are. I'm going to cast Death Ward on myself.
Okay.
And yeah, and I will remain 90. Are we looking down on them, or are we in like the same plane?
Oh, you're looking down.
Okay.
Yeah, you're looking down.
I'm going to stay where I am.
Okay.
At 90 feet.
Great. 10, 9, 8.
8. I would like to cast Firewall.
Okay.
Between the ones who are...
I'm so sorry.
Best friends.
Between...
I got you.
Between the ones who are attacking and the ones who are on the ground.
Okay. So the lady that's on the ground, there's 2 like right on top of her.
Well, I want to separate the other ones.
Yeah.
From everyone.
And that's what I'm about to describe to you right now. There, you can run the firewall through 5 of the smaller ones as you create this like semicircle around them. It won't go over the water because fire, water, right? But that'll isolate them. Now the ones that are in the fire can still reach them, but they will take the damage.
But they'll take the damage.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So how many will be taking damage then?
5.
5. So that's a dex save.
Okay, 5 dex saves coming up.
Well, that wasn't me.
2 of them absolutely fail.
Okay.
The other 3 rolls are natural 17 plus 2, 17 plus 2, and a natural 20.
Yeah, it's a 17 to save.
So.
So good. 19 points of fire damage.
19 points of fire damage. Okay, so for 2 of them, that is that and that. And for the others, it is that.
For clarification, it is an action.
Okay. We're good with it for now, but
I'm just saying for next time in case I mess it up again.
And then I'm going to move forward so that I'm 60 feet away.
So you have to start climbing down the cliff face. Okay. So make an athletics check.
You got this. Come on, barbarian side.
I'm about to Johnny Tsunami my way down this. Yeah, sure am. That's a sweet 5.
Okay.
I'm like, badass.
Badass happens. And then you get to the edge you turn around and you start like doing the like I'm gonna get in the pool sort of thing. You got your hands on, you get your legs there, and then you start to like climb, and the moss, the lichen just gives out. You don't have a grip. Yeah, you don't have a grip at all. So you're gonna fall the 60 feet.
Oh no.
Can I try to break the fall with?
Oh, you're
behind a firewall now.
Oh yeah, that's right.
You're back across the way.
I just see this happen like, oh no.
Yeah.
It was really cool.
I ain't got no reaction.
Does she scream out? I'm curious.
Does she scream out? We're basically gods.
We're golden gods. There's no reaction. Like, grab her, is there?
No, not at this point. She's already.
The only
if
reaction
you had
I
featherfall,
I
which
don't. I just have
didn't
levitate
put
the
today.
dimension.
It didn't
so
prepare that spell.
that is 14 points of bludgeoning damage.
That's reasonable.
It's so funny that this picture would be like a super badass and be like, I'm coming. Pulling all the way fucking down the mountain.
Yep. And you are prone. So.
Of course.
I'm not trying to be that guy. Is this a concentration spell?
Mother?
Yeah.
Fucker.
I'm sorry. I don't want to be that guy.
You just have to beat a 10.
Do it.
It's a 10.
Yeah, it's a DC
You got
10.
this.
Cool.
You're good.
That's a 16.
Okay.
I'm just like, I got it.
I'm sorry. I don't want to be that guy. I was just like, I'm trying to be honest.
No. Somebody would have said it.
It's like the one that falls down, but their beer is still up in the
Yeah,
air. Like, everyone's like, ah!
I got it.
I still got it.
When you go to the beach, you get hit by that one big wave that's still above the water.
But like, the Coors Light's still up in the
It's a little
air.
salty of a Coors Light, but still drinkable.
Makes it taste better.
Okay. Anything else, Miku?
I have no bonus actions or anything.
Great.
She was
No, I
8.
do have. No, I don't.
Oh, what are you doing?
No, because a movement, does that take a bonus action?
No, it's just movement.
Is the
It's
lady
a speed.
dead?
You are on the ground. You can't tell. It uses
Oh, I was
from-
going to healing word her, but she's
from the
dead.
sounds of it. She was
Oh.
I'll let
She
you-
didn't die too long ago, though, right?
No.
She just died.
Yeah.
Okay. She's
So
still
healing
good.
word wouldn't
Less
do
than
anything.
6 seconds, technically.
Yeah.
As long as we got
Whoa.
a minute. She's
Would healing word do anything? Or is she
No.
just gone?
At
Oh,
the-
okay.
not at this point. No.
No, I'll just yell, Con!
a little
There you
go.
stronger.
Good job, team.
8.
Okay. That was 8. 8, please.
7.
7.
Yes?
Yes.
Somebody else? 7? I'm doing the last one. I'm always last one.
No, the last one.
You're not making a
How are
good
you?
impression on these guys.
I would like to look down as she's falling. I wish she would have waited a moment. I could have. That's fine. He's going to take Archie and just throw him however far he gets. Doesn't matter at this point. Just a metal ball going. And he's going to touch his arms like this. Yep. Just,
Yep.
And he's going to cast Spider Climb.
Okay.
He's just gonna. Oh, I guess I'll see you down there. He's just gonna go over the edge and just start running down the.
Okay. Sounds good. So you're going to use your 30 feet of movement.
Mhm.
Make me an acrobatics or athletics. I'll take either one.
Cool.
Either check, please.
Tis a 4. They're both 1s, so 5.
5.
Mhm.
Okay. You go over the edge, and your first few steps are good, and you're spider climbing, but then you're realizing, like, as you're spider climbing, that the moss is coming off of the roots.
Fuck my
Yeah.
life.
Yeah, like
Great, guys.
it's just covered in like thick
gotta get
coral
there.
moss, and you guys are just pulling it off of the
I'm
rocks.
dying.
You can't stick to. I
We're
mean,
taking
you
the fastest way
can.
down.
We are.
It's just
really
slower.
not-
It is slower.
It's slower.
So I will say your spider climb allows you to actually move your 30 feet, but you will not be able to stand on it. You're gonna fall the next 30.
Okay.
So as your reaction, because you can see it coming,
Mhm.
make me an give me a dexterity save.
Sure. Ooh.
Those are
7. Love those. Those are my faves.
You take 12 points of falling damage, bludgeoning damage, and you are prone as well.
Noted.
Right
Rothgar's
next to you.
just standing there next
Is
to
your hand
his
still
new
up?
friend.
High
going-
five it.
Rothgar's just standing there next to your friend going, yeah, they're mine. They're gonna help.
This is like Three Stooges,
I mean,
man.
leave
This
her
is
high
great.
five up in the air.
This is great. This is how Sam.
See, but this
Well,
the
we got
worst
one-
thing. If this is
we
Three
got one left.
Stooges, that makes me Mo,
Mo.
like
Larry
the
Curly.
actual person who's like, "Come on, guys, let's do this whole thing," and you go,
You're right. We are Larry and Curly.
right now.
What's the third one?
Shem.
Larry Curly.
Is the fourth
The
Shem?
fourth one was Shem.
Shep. All right, Shep. Let's go.
I'll be the audience watching up top.
On 6 is the other guys. They are surprised, and it is your turn.
Okay. How far away am I from the things?
90 feet.
90 feet.
Because you're still on the cliff.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna like look at these people failing miserably to get down a cliff. I'm just gonna be like, I'm gonna turn to Sam and I'll be like, I'm going to stay up here and cast Chaos Bolt.
Okay.
Me too.
Nice.
That is 18 to hit.
Yes. What are you attacking?
The closest one. Which one is the most hurt one from her wall of fire?
Okay. Yeah, you can pick out one in the wall of fire. There are 2 that look exceptionally
It's
hurt.
just I'm just
Absolutely.
attacking the ugliest one.
You got it.
So,
Ugliest one. Done.
Burns.
Have you seen them?
Uh,
Yeah, burns.
Yeah. Well,
okay, that is so. This is the type of damage that it does. So it's acid damage.
Okay.
It does 11 points of acid damage.
11 points of acid damage. Dead.
And then
Okay.
The streak of chaotic energy returns to acid just in the last moment, splashes across the skin of the Grick, one of the Gricks in the firewall, and you hear it sort of give out this cry as its tendrils sort of flail about. You get the smell. Actually, it's one of the things you guys didn't realize about the mask. They block your sense of smell, or they dampen it.
Mhm.
So anything like scent based is harder to get. But at this range, the smell of burning Grick, it's not great.
Mm.
So I will also like look down and be like, yeah, Edison. Well,
Okay,
and I will send Edison. Using
sure.
my bonus action, I will send Edison down the
Okay.
thing. So,
Is he just going over the cliff?
Yeah.
Okay.
There's
Great.
like a
Okay.
giant,
Out of the
like,
side, just
just-
wings come out,
just-
and his
well,
butt, an engine.
he's essentially just like a giant metal dog. So
Yeah.
I'm just assuming he just whew,
Okay.
like goes as best as he can.
Okay. Give him an acrobatics check.
Okay.
God, I hope he lands pretty.
Because it must just be amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Iron Defender.
I'm into it.
Just everything's falling at the bottom of this goddamn cliff.
Actually, don't get a 1 because he'll land.
Cling, cling, cling.
All right, I'm gonna go with the forever rolling dice.
All right.
Okay, actually,
That's stupid.
so
He does a flip. I'm gonna jump. Do a flip.
18.
18.
Yes.
Okay. Of an acrobatics check. So
Yep.
he's going to take half damage.
Okay.
He's going to land on his feet. It is still 66 because
Okay.
it is D6 for 10 feet.
And have his
Um, So that is 10, 16, 18 points of damage,
18.
halved to 9. And yeah, he sort of headers off, and then you guys are watching this big metal dog just come barreling down towards you. And then it just sort of,
Just.
yeah, bulldog style.
So I'm guessing that's
We got
also his
lucky.
movement.
And give it a kiss
Well,
on
that's
the
his full
nose.
movement.
Yes.
Okay.
That's gonna
And
count.
he can't reach anything anywhere
No.
else? So
Not yet.
I will then use I will use his repair action
Mm-hmm.
to restore 2d8 plus 2
Perfect.
hit points to itself.
Nice.
I like to imagine he just lands next to them and they're like, what? And he just goes, woof.
So that's 14 plus. He's at full
he
health.
heals back up. You guys watch as his legs extend, all the mechanical gears and pieces start to like realign and sort of transform back out as he pushes back up.
That's cool.
Yeah, everything that looked like it got sort of like tin
Squish.
can compressed, just sort of.
And I just yell down, "Good boy!"
He gets a kiss on the snoot.
I'm thinking Hellboy Golden Army.
Yeah. All right, new round.
Oh. Let's go back.
God.
Let's go back to
Wrong.
those. Oh!
Wrong guy.
Oh shit.
This is
Okay.
the only time I ever get to be first.
All right, up top, Ace.
Me.
Go for it, Jarek.
I would like to clasp Mika's hand. I'm gonna get up now.
Okay, let me
And,
help.
yeah, I'm gonna lift myself up.
Okay,
brace my
half your
arm.
movement to get up.
Mhm.
You have 15 feet left.
Yep.
You are 30 feet away from the action.
Perfect. I'm going to. No, I'm not going to do that.
There is a little. So
Mhm.
I described their back being to the river.
Mhm.
So that means that this running water is between you and them.
Got it. Okay,
Okay.
that works. I'm not going to run, but I will walk the
Sure.
15 feet. I'm
Yeah.
going to wait for my little friend to come down.
Okay.
It's going to make it. It's got
Okay.
30. So he'll get down to me. And I'm going to bonus action. ¿Dónde está? Sorry.
So you begin to travel 15 feet as
Mhm.
you're walking forward. You're going to have to get in the water.
Mhm.
It's only about 10 feet across. So you're just on the 5-foot side, but very much the way rivers and creeks and things in like Ireland, Scotland, Great Britain are much deeper than they
Understood.
perceive. You get like, you're like, oh, I can just kind of walk across this, and you
Before I
take
step
kind of
in?
a step and you're like, oh, that's deep.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Before I make that full step, can I check for spores? Can I check for terrible things in the water?
Yeah, you as a
Just
bonus
before I look.
bonus action, you can make a perception check.
Yes, I will do that.
Okay.
Because you never know.
Yeah.
That might be a terrible thing. Exchange. Plus 5, 11.
11.
Mhm.
You do see some movement down there. Does not look terribly hostile. Looks sort of like small underground fish life or
Okay.
something.
Okay. But maybe I'll stay at the edge.
Okay.
Maybe I'll stay at the edge once I see. Oh, that was kind of wet and cold.
Yeah.
I'll step back. I'd like to do acid splash.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. It's a deck save.
Okay. Deck save. That's a 2. Fails.
Yay. So when I do acid splash, I pop open a cork
Mm-hmm.
and I take this very long alchemical like metal wand. Essentially, it's just a stirrer.
It's a stir.
It's just a stirrer, and
I will
it's got
find
a
you
spoon
that
end.
term.
Yeah,
I want to find that
I
term
don't know
for
what
you.
it's called. Yeah,
Spoon.
it's like got a spoon at the end, and he's gonna pull it out, and the acid's gonna start, like spinning on the spoon, and he's gonna flick it, just at whoever is the closest.
That's
Okay.
a bad
Not
guy.
they don't have to look good. They don't have to look bad. Oh wait, I
Please
said
specify
acid.
Clarify
that.
that he's a bad guy.
Because otherwise it's
Oh, good. 12 plus 8, so mod 20. The dates.
Mod 20 hits. Absolutely.
James.
Yeah.
That's
Wait, I thought it was a deck save.
it is a deck save. I'm so sorry.
Okay.
I don't know why I rolled that. So it's 2d6 plus 4. You get to work. So 4 plus 8.
8. So
Mhm.
you send the acid splashing against one of the gricks that is on this side of the firewall, the one that was one of the two that was over the woman's body that you had attacked. So yeah, it splashes across the body. It is looking bloodied and in a bad way.
Good. He should look like that.
Wonderful. Ace, king, queen, jack.
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 If I may, Archie's movement, he's
Yes.
just going to go up instead of like right next to me or behind me. He'll be like maybe 15 feet above me.
Okay. Sounds
So
good.
he has an angle.
I'm gonna stand up and maintain my wall of fire.
Okay.
So there's still 5 caught in it.
Yes,
They
there
have
are
a
5 in the wall of fire. It's at the end of their turn.
Cool, con save.
At the end of their turn.
So leave that.
I'm gonna leave
That's
that.
fine. You
Oh wait, I still need one.
Yeah. Yeah, I just double checked. Creature takes the same damage when it enters the wall for the first time. It has not. It was already in it. On a turn, or ends its turn there. On the other side of the wall. Deals no damage. And last turn, you acted before the Gricks? Or after them? I was on a 6. What was your card last
She was
time?
before.
She was an 8.
Mhm.
Okay, so they would have backed out of the fire. but they were surprised, so they couldn't. So what damage did you just do to them?
24.
24? Okay. So those 5 do take the... Well, let me see. Roll those. 1 is going to save to make it 12 damage. So of those 5, only 1 of the Grix remains.
Cool.
So there you go.
Crispy worms.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Jack, anything else?
No.
Great. 10, 9, 8.
9.
9.
So I just saw 5 of the Grix.
The ones that had gotten caught in Miku's firewall actually would have burned last turn. They were surprised by it, so they take that damage twice.
Are we able to go through that barrier?
On the side you're on now, it is not hot.
But are we able to pass through it?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay.
Wait, they'll take damage though.
They will.
Yeah,
Yes.
I can't
it's
spell
when you
shape.
enter.
So, how tall is it?
20.
It's 20 feet tall.
Okay, I can go up and over that. I'm going to look at axe wielding friend and say, "Can you handle these 2?"
Yeah, absolutely.
Wonderful. I'm going to rage up over wall to Big Grick
Okay.
and 2 attacks reckless.
Okay.
Huh? Maybe. So that'll be 17 plus 9 for a 26 to hit.
Hits.
All right, that's the first hit. The second hit will be 15 plus 9 for 24
Hits.
to hit.
See, I'm not here to hit things. I'm here to prepare for an hour and a half before we start.
I'm here to make things crispy.
Like, ooh. Oh.
Hey,
So that'll be
myself.
8 plus 8. That'll be 16 on the first hit, and that'll be 10 on the second hit.
Okay, total of 26.
Yes.
Sounds good. Okay. What card were you on?
I was on a 9.
8.
8.
Samandriel.
I am going to I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna pull out the longbow
Mm-hmm.
and put a walloping arrow.
Okay.
Just for my sake, where is the dead woman
She's on the safe side of the firewall.
with the guy with the axe?
Yes.
Okay. So then I'm gonna aim at the big one that's with Rothgar,
Great.
and I'm gonna shoot a walloping arrow.
Great.
To try to make it prone.
Okay.
Let's try you. 12.
It pings into its armor, and its thick shell just sort of bounces it off.
Great. I can't remember. Spiritual weapon is
Bonus action.
60
feet.
range.
Yes.
And then I can move it 20 feet. Oh no, I could use a
You
bonus
can
action.
use a bonus action.
To move it 20 feet.
Mhm.
And I'm at the edge.
Yeah.
Okay. Am I allowed to take a knee and still shoot? Like for future rounds?
Sure.
To make myself a smaller target in
Sure.
case they have range stuff? Yeah, then I'll do that. I'll take a knee. And yeah. That'll be it.
Yeah. I mean, so
You know what I mean?
I do know what you mean. Technically, you are dropping prone, which means that range attacks against you have disadvantage.
Correct.
But attack rolls, if they're within 5 feet of you, have advantage.
Correct.
And it's half your speed to stand back up.
That's fine.
So,
but
yeah.
it doesn't affect my shooting.
Like,
Like if I'm kneeling or
I believe when you'll want to stand up to shoot.
Okay, but I can do that.
But you can do that.
Okay.
Absolutely.
But I'll still do that. I'll take a knee.
Because I think while you are prone, your attacks have disadvantage.
Don't worry.
So I could understand like a crossbow being the exception because you can lay down and shoot it, but shooting from a prone position. And you want to be prone to get that disadvantage just being on a knee. You're technically the size of a halfling at that point, which is no different because you're just a little shorter. But
would I be able to yell?
yeah, absolutely. Yell.
You don't have to do this. But I'm gonna yell out to Rathgar, and
Rathgar.
Rathgar. Only when raging. Rathgar.
I'm gonna say, bring me the woman and I can help. And that's all I yell to you. The dead woman.
Great.
That's 90 feet away. Do I hear that?
You're on the other side of the wall too.
And I'm on the other side.
The wall is opaque, but it doesn't block sound.
Oh.
Good.
Yeah.
Okay, I was going to say fire's loud.
It is.
We're wearing masks.
Good.
Yeah. Go ahead. Make a performance check for me.
I'll do it. Let's use the same.
Make a perception check.
Don't ask that. That's rude.
What's your passive? What's your passive perception?
My passive is 10. I'll try to roll.
No, 10's fine.
All right.
It's a 9.
A 9. You hear? You've heard some stuff. You think you hear some Andrew say, "Arr!"
He's just going to turn around, like, as best he can, be like,
yeah.
I'll just point.
Yeah.
At the dead woman.
Okay. You got it.
Oh, she's on my side.
Yeah.
She's on the other side of the firewall. You're on the side of the dead woman.
Oh, I visualize it different. Never mind. Cool.
Okay.
You're good.
The firewall's protecting us from.
For some reason, I'm visualizing it from a side angle. I see this, a wall, and them. I just got
7.
8. Yeah.
Okay. 7 is the Grix. So is the Grix and space. All right. Let's start with the Alpha.
Yeah. Bring it on.
Not reckless.
Reckless.
Reckless. Okay.
Yeah.
There we go.
So with
advantage. All right. Tail attack. First 22 to hit.
It's super effective.
Then
is tail attack
it
bludgeoning?
is.
His defense.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
It is bludgeoning. Tentacle attack. 25. That will hit.
Yeah.
That is. That's going to be
14 AC. Yeah.
That's going to be slashing damage.
Oh, no.
So
We're going to have to roll.
Just roll a percentile.
20. No, that's a lie. That's 2.
No.
Your suit is compromised.
Yep.
And roll and then third attack for the beak after the tentacles.
That's piercing.
That is piercing.
No.
The beak is piercing. 25.
That'll hit.
Throw it into the
So
fire.
the tail comes
It has to
whipping.
end its turn in the fire.
Yeah, the tail comes whipping around, or the first time it enters. Tail comes whipping around, sort of catches you on the side, and then these 4 cephalopod tentacles sort of come wrapping around. They have these slashing sort of hooks on the end of it, come cutting into the armor, drag you in, and then the beak goes piercing into you. Grand total, you're resistant to all of this type of damage. I'll just give you the averages. Is 46, have to 23.
Cool.
And I would like you we will start at the beginning of your turn, making Constitution saving throws.
All right.
Does he have to make another
suit damage?
Yes, please.
Oh,
yes, please. That'll inform the DC.
There we go. 53.
Yeah. So you're okay. That'll inform the difficulty class of the Constitution saves and of the repair, because that's
what I was
right now. When you've only got a small surface area, it's easier to ward off, to stitch off.
It's just a bending spell.
Yeah,
take care of that.
But we have multiple suits in case it's compromised.
You do have some extras, but we also don't know what other party members are potentially coming with you.
Right.
But you do have your tents, your medical tents that you kind of brought with you. That is the Alpha. And then the other Grick that is outside the firewall is going to attack you.
Bring it on.
And then the one that was in the firewall is backing out of the firewall and is going to attack you as well. So, because it doesn't have room to go through the firewall. So, Rothgar, natural 6 on the better for a 10. That fails. Following...
Nat 20.
Let me see. On the second one.
I'm looking right at it. It's a nat 20.
Okay. Yeah.
I can't even help that. I watched that happen. I was like, well, that's not pretty.
Okay. So, tentacles, natural 20 is slashing damage. Make me another suit check. And
35.
You're good. the beak, because the tentacles hit, 13.
Misses.
Misses. Okay. So then it is only 18 more, reduced to 9.
Cool.
Okay. So that's it for those 3 Gricks. The 2 that are inside the firewall are going to make their attacks against Greer. The only thing in there, he is batting them away with his axe.
Yeah.
So
you do that.
Well done, Greer.
That's Greer.
Yes, my name is. I'll tell you in a minute.
Yeah.
See right now.
Sorry, no, you said it's Greer, but I was just like, oh wait.
Yeah,
Greer, I was looking for you.
on his turn, you're gonna see him manifest a spiritual weapon that is a spear, and he makes 2 attacks. One is natural 20 with his axe.
Hey.
The other one is a 16 with the spear. Both of those are going to hit. So yeah, he puts
the hurt on.
Yeah, enough. The most damaged of the Gricks that were over his compatriot's body. He comes wheeling around with the axe, carves into it. The spear catches it on the intermediate swing, and then he raises his axe above his head for the final attack. And another natural 20.
Jeez.
Look at him.
Beast.
Look at this.
Only use that dice for us.
For
Not
you.
against us.
So that is 17 plus 3. That is exactly what he needed. Well done, Greer. Haven't
Proud
seen
of
you in
that.
a minute, buddy. You just
Proud
killed
of
2
it.
Gricks.
Fucking proud.
Good job.
And that was on my side, right?
Yes, you guys can see that he was the one back up against the water. He can see you guys, the wall of fire around him. These were the ones that were over his friend. They come jumping up at him, and
It's a pretty dope greeting.
yeah, couple.
Oh, so it was Greer in there with a female friend.
Yes, yes, it is. It is
I
Greer.
am now on the same page.
Yes.
Where were you? I was reading ahead.
Okay.
I
I was in the wrong
looking at
book.
7,
looking at the
6,
water.
5, 4,
4.
4.
So is anything on the other side of the wall within 120 feet of me?
Yes.
Okay.
But yeah, I'll say the firewall is technically opaque. Make a perception check.
You're up with me though, right?
Yeah. That's just a 5.
No, he did. Oh, you're still up?
The dog
He-
is down.
The dog is down there. Yeah.
Yes, of course. Yeah, you
Yeah.
can see. You don't need the check.
Okay.
You can see.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, you can see there are 2 small Gricks, one heavily damaged by the fire, one that is undamaged, and then the alpha. Grick.
Okay, then I will.
There are 3
aim
things surrounding
the
Rothgar.
small one who is already looking rough.
Great.
With another chaos bolt.
Okay.
That is. It's another 18.
Hits.
Okay, so that's 2d8 plus 6. That is 18 points of 18 points of lightning damage.
Thanks.
Rothgar, as you're fighting, you turn your back briefly as you're trying to ward off an attack, and you just hear the very familiar bursting arc of electricity slam into.
My ears perk.
Yeah. Slam into one of the Gricks next to you. That was the damaged one, correct?
Yes.
It drops to the ground,
Yeah.
dead,
It is
sizzling.
validated.
Yeah, yeah.
Then I will also
Gooey
use my
bug
bonus
guts.
action to move Edison. He can move up to 40 feet. So
Okay.
40 feet up, wherever
Okay,
that is, as close to the wall of fire without going through it.
okay.
Um,
Does he want to go around the wall of fire, or does he want to go behind the wall of fire?
let's see. Because there's no way he can make it through the wall of fire, right?
Well, not without taking damage. He can go through it.
He can go through it now and make it to one of the other bricks,
He's just
or
gonna get
He'll
burned.
take damage.
He'll take damage.
that's fine.
Okay, then yes, he can.
I'm gonna
Okay.
drop it
Yeah,
on
40 feet is enough.
Then
Make me an athletics check for him to either like jump that little river or
Water,
to swim it.
okay.
Doggy paddle.
Doggy paddle.
Except he's made of metal, so
Yeah, so it's a little iffy.
I didn't think of that.
So that is athletics plus That's a 16.
16.
Actually, no, 18.
Great. Yeah. He takes it's like a couple of steps in the water, jumps, ends up a little bit. He basically dives over most of it. He ends up slightly downriver, comes running across. He needs a dexterity saving throw when he enters the wall of fire for the first time.
That's an 18 on the dice.
18 on the dice, so that will save, but he does take the 5d8 last was 27, unless you want to reroll. 24. Mm-hmm. So he's going to take 12 points of fire damage.
12 points of fire damage.
Just
flaming dog.
Okay. And he can attack one of the Gricks.
Yeah.
He's going to go right up next to Rothgar.
Okay.
He's going to attack the other non-alpha Grick.
Great. Got it.
That is bite attack. 16 on the dice.
Hits.
Okay. And I'm going to add Archangel to that.
Let's do it.
So that is 1d8 plus 2d4. God, I love artificers.
They're crazy.
So that, 1, 4, 5, 6, plus, so 10 points of damage.
10 points of damage.
Yes.
Okay. Anything else?
That'll be it. That's it.
New round.
Oh, thank God.
Yes.
Up
That's
top.
what I want.
Ace. King. Rothgar.
2 slashes on the big guy.
Okay.
Not reckless.
Okay.
I realized I was like 14. So that'll be the lowest is going to be an 18 to hit.
18 barely hits.
But it does.
So it does. Yeah.
Okay. So
Both
that'll be 2 hits. So that's 2d8. You're not a d8. Where's my d8, buddy? There we are. All right. So that's twinsies. So it's 20 damage.
20 damage. Nice. Okay. So yeah, you bring the mace up. You just start wailing back across the tentacles and the beaks, the thick skin sort of squishing and crunching beneath each attack.
He had already dragged me in. That doesn't do anything, does it?
You are not restrained or anything.
Oh, okay.
No, I was just
flavor.
double attack. Yeah.
Yeah.
He can only use the beak if he hits with the tentacles.
Okie dokie.
So yeah, he has to hit with the tentacles to get the beak attack.
I guess it's like a sucker thing.
Yeah, it kind of like
interesting.
Yeah,
that's cool.
I'm just gonna come out with like all little like marks on him.
Yeah. Usually monsters like that do have a grapple or a restraint.
It's cool.
It's interesting he doesn't. King, Queen.
Yeah.
Yes,
Queen. Finally. When I realized that the baby Gricks are dead, I'm like, I got to get over this river, but I don't want to get my boat wet. So he's going to tell Archie to come down.
Mm-hmm. Well, one more is still
Yes.
No,
so
one more baby Grick is still alive.
Oh, but not on this side of the
flames. No, on this side. Sorry.
So, no, you're fine. So he's going to get buoyancy.
Mm-hmm.
So Archie goes, and there's wings and spider things. And he's going to take out a little tab, and he's going to put it in my mouth, and I'm going to go, bouncy. He's going to run across, and it's 10 feet of flight. So, flight speed is going to wing.
So you're 10 feet across the river. Nicely done.
I'm going to land there and go, ooh, that doesn't look good. And I'm going to spare the dying.
Okay. Well done.
On the dying.
Yeah. Yeah.
And wherever it looks like beak and suckerage and damage, I'm going to go, ooh, no. So I will do that for her.
Okay.
And Greer is there?
Yes.
And that just...
Yeah, he sees you come across. He's kind of worried about what you're doing, but he also is thinking about going through this fire. So
yes. I figured he's going to go be busy.
Yeah, he's looking at different
Then
stuff.
I'll probably... I've got this. And
good to know. Queen, Jack. Gentlemen.
I got a +1.
Yeah, you go first.
I am going to use... I'm going to use my knowledge of the ages Channel Divinity to give me proficiency in athletics.
I forgot to do the con save. Just rolled it. It was 17 plus 9 for 26.
You're good.
I'm going to give myself proficiency on athletics.
Great.
And I'm going to climb down.
Okay. Make an athletics check.
It's half movement to get up, right?
Yeah.
So I can climb down 15 feet.
And your climb speed is reduced by half when you're climbing. So you're going to get down 7 feet.
Then can I retroactively not do that then?
Yeah.
Perfect.
I choose.
Well, yes, but actually, no.
Am I within 60 feet of Rothgar?
No, he's at 90.
Further.
He's at 90. You're within 60 of the people that have gone. So Miku, you're now at like 85.
Yeah.
You went across the
That's
river.
right.
And Tesla.
10, 4. Okay. I'm going to shoot another walloping arrow at the big bad.
Let's do it.
Do it.
Let's try a sage. Sage guy.
Told you the sage works.
That does
Plus
hit.
5.
Absolutely.
So
Can I like put all
Strength saving throw.
Is it 10? I think it's the DC.
Natural 1.
Whoa!
He is prone.
This was
Okay.
meant to happen.
He will be taking. Sorry, it's been a while since I shot this thing. 1d.
This is
D8 plus your dex.
7. Well, 5, but it says walloping arrow ammo, and there's a 2. Is that like a +2 additional, or is that just? I think it's weird.
Because
It's walloping ammunition, but I know that I'm shooting it from longbow as an arrow. So do I use the arrow's damage or the walloping?
No, yeah. So walloping shouldn't add any damage.
Okay, then ignore
to
that.
it.
So 5.
So 5.
So it's 5 piercing, and it is prone.
Okay. It is knocked prone. It's not a magical. But walloping is magic.
And
Yeah,
the bow
it
is
is.
magic, isn't it?
No, the bow's not. It's only when I put holy weapon on it.
No, okay,
That's right.
sorry.
But the walloping does count as magic, so it deals the full amount of damage.
Nice.
Nicely done.
Okay.
Okay.
So that's 5 piercing.
Plus your
Bonus
dex.
action. Who looks like shit in 60 feet of me?
Nobody.
Nobody.
Miku took probably the biggest fall.
But don't waste it on me right
Sure.
now. Yeah, I'm.
Oh, okay. All right. Then I'm not gonna kneel.
That's
but
fine.
I'll stay standing.
Okay.
That's
I'm
it.
still above 100. So I'm good.
Okay.
I'm
I'm glad that you can get up there.
Yes,
Yeah.
please.
So I will cast bolt a third time at
Let's do
the little one,
Okay.
Blow up the bricks.
the
That's what
ugliest
I'm
one.
saying.
Yes.
Currently, there was an uglier one. You killed that
Your
guy.
fucking dice.
It takes
Gives me
87
anxiety.
years.
It just-
But that's a 24
keeps
on the
moving.
die. So it's 24 altogether. So it's 2d8. It takes 8 years to roll,
Roll a different fucking dice.
but it rolls so well.
It does.
All the other ones are rolling ones and stuff. Hey.
Patience is the virtue that's really good.
So that is 16 points of psychic damage.
16 points of psychic damage. Okay.
It resists.
It
one.
does not.
It's so
No.
wise.
It sort of screams out in pain, but it's barely holding on.
Then you know what's gonna happen.
What?
Edison's gonna attack that one too.
Nice.
Uh,
Okay, hold on.
Yeah.
1 second. I did math in the wrong
Speaking
direction.
primordial.
I haven't learned that one yet.
You dealt how much damage?
16 points of psychic.
Oh, okay. Yes. It is. It still has barely.
Okay, then
The Edison. Let's do it.
watch out. Why did you take so long? That
I'm
is.
gonna roll as brave.
Yeah, it never rolls as well if it gets rushed. So that's a 15 to hit.
Does hit.
Okay, and that's 1d8.
It's done. It's got 1 hit point.
Yeah.
Hey!
You did it.
Way to go! And then you know what? I'm gonna throw an arcane jolt onto that, so you heal for 2d4.
Whoop, whoop.
Nice.
Give me them hit points.
That's 6 points of healing.
Edison comes jumping at the smaller Grick
Back full health.
as
Essentially.
as it comes tearing into it. Energy bursts off of him. It revitalizes Rothgar.
I'm just gonna pet Edison. Good boy.
Anything else?
That's it.
Okay. You were on a
Jack.
Jack. 10, 9, 8. 8 is the Grick. And
Bring it.
Greer. Okay. Tail. 20 to hit.
That'll hit.
Actually,
Tentacle.
Edison has an ability if he's within 5 feet of him, and the thing to use defensive pounce, so he has disadvantage on the first attack.
Nice.
Okay.
Lucky.
Actually, disadvantage on the beak attack.
Disadvantage on the beak attack.
Yes.
You
Got
get
it.
to choose.
Okay.
So the 20 hits.
20 hits, 24 hits.
Mhm.
Now beak attack with disadvantage. Natural 4 plus 7, 11 misses.
Yeah.
So that is going to be the tentacles deal 22 points of damage. So it's a total of 33, half to 17.
Cool.
And
Ooh,
a
I'm still at-
percentile for...
Oh, that's not good. 15.
Is
okay.
that 2
Was
parts
that
of
the-
damage?
Well, that was slashing, which
That was
was
slashing.
15.
It was
15%,
15.
right.
Meets it.
15%. Because piercing was
Yes.
30.
So I will say meets it, beats it.
No.
But in the future, the suit taking damage may
Oh,
increase the
okay.
percentile.
That
Okay.
makes sense.
But for now, they're brand new. First
Mhm.
test. Good to go. Greer is going to yeah, he can do that. Great. He's gonna run through the wall of fire. He takes the full 24.
Do you want me to roll again or just keep using the 24?
It's up to you. You can do either one. It could go up, it could go down. Like it's
He's an ally. You can potentially roll worse for him, and he would take less. It's up to you. Yeah,
okay.
man. What happened? Fuck it.
Yeah, rolling dice is fun.
Oh, no.
And Greer's down.
No.
That's 26. About 2 more.
Okay, so he is going to cast Absorb Elements.
Okay, good. This is why I wanted to go high so I could tear it down.
See if he's like one of the stages.
I ended up looking up Absorb Elements to remind you. It only gives you resistance, and if you already have resistance, you can't have double resistance.
Oh, okay.
So that's something I just ran into because I was looking up some spells
I did
for.
not know.
It's okay. So he goes through it, and as he comes through, you can see Greer, this massive sort of gray-skinned orc, his hair mostly shaved away. You can see probably been bald for a long time. And as he comes burning through, just the visage of the flames rippling across him catch the head of his axe, and he is going to try to kill the alpha with it.
Apparently it's in slow motion.
It
Why
is.
are they doing that?
It's
Why?
super slow-mo. Natural 14 plus 9 is going to be 23. That's going to hit. It is a D12 for the axe, and I believe he gets to deal bonus melee damage after absorbing elements. Because that's
It's an extra
Yeah.
D6.
it's
What feat is that? Just
it's the spell.
Yeah, the spell absorb elements. It whatever damage you got, you get back.
You jerk. What is that? Why are you giving me
what
an
absorb
ad?
elements? Water and burn.
Yeah.
And coins and slot machine
Coins and
elements.
slot machines. The first time you hit with a melee attack on your next turn, the target takes an extra D6 of the triggering type of damage.
Yep.
Yeah.
I
It's
should
cool.
know this
Is
shit.
Is he
Surprise.
fair?
Okay.
I knew that.
So that's 5 plus 3 is 8. He's gonna have to swing again.
Does he have divine strike? Was out of curiosity.
He is. I think it just adds to his attack, not to his damage.
War God Strike only does attack.
Oh, I don't know what kind of if he's a cleric or what.
Yeah,
kind of
he's a
cleric
cleric.
Okay.
He is
War
a
domain?
he is a war domain
it's
cleric.
just- plus 10.
It helps him hit, but he also has he does have the
It's
extra.
not like me. I deal extra radiant damage on melee.
That'll hit. And come on, Greer, 2 or higher. 2 or higher. 2 or higher.
Hey!
It was like He comes cleaving through, chops into the Grick. it sort of splits down around the beak. The gore pours out, and he goes, "It'd been really cool if I did it in one."
See, that's just why I went over.
Yeah,
just over.
Right. I mean, it would. I'm old. I can't jump that high anymore.
If I could, just a second.
Sure,
I'm gonna I'm gonna put diplomacy back, and I'm just gonna like cover the holes in the suit.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Just a moment, and I'm going to fly as quick as I can to Jurek.
Okay.
And just
yeah. Go ahead. So he is within 30 feet, 60 feet within flying speed. Make me one save.
Of
a con save.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
13 plus 9 for a 22.
Okay, you're good. And then he casts Mending on one of the holes. Make me a con save.
8 plus 8. Oh, sorry, it was a 21. 8 plus 8 for 16.
Still good.
Okay.
And then he casts Mending the second time. So that is the time
So
frame.
we can change out our cantrips so that we have 4, right? Or...
You should have picked. The artificers can change their
we can change it.
Druids cannot.
Okay.
No,
We're the only ones that
you
can do
pick
that.
them when you level up.
Yeah, we have a
Yes, I
thing
had-
called right cantrip for the
You may have lost a cantrip when Tempest emerged, because I believe you get an extra cantrip at 10 or 11.
It's fun.
On my sheet, it says I have mending, but I don't remember if I took it or actually not.
So
I drew correct gust mending for almost average range lately.
okay, then I don't know why it has Mending down.
Should I take mending off?
You tell me which 4 do you have?
She has 5 right now.
Okay, you should have 4.
Okay.
So which one? Take one of them off. It is up to you.
I have mending as well, by the way.
Yeah.
While this is happening.
What?
No, you're good. You're good. I mean, to be honest, I probably would have taken gust off because it doesn't seem like it does anything.
Okay.
And I have a shit ton of gusty things.
You have many gusty
You
things.
are.
Gust just seems like it's. Why would I have that?
I'm gonna try and make
Some of the cantrips are more for flavor than for use. So yeah, I don't know a lot of
Character wise, I always use mend on Rothgar.
yeah.
I would like to keep it, not just because we need to mention,
Sure.
but I really feel like she would have kept it specifically
fix his
fix
clothes.
Rothgar's
To fix
clothes.
Rothgar's.
And Kath.
Absolutely.
The good thing, artificer wise, when it comes to alchemist, if I do, there are cantrips that are acid.
Yeah.
So that helps me because I get a plus
You get
8.
bonus
It's
to damage
stupid.
and
Yeah.
stuff like that. The
It
combat
helps me.
Yeah, the combat cantrips have a lot of versatility.
Yeah.
There are some non-combat cantrips that are brilliant, and then there are some
Prestidigitation.
non-combat cantrips
Most
that
useful
are
cantrip in the game.
Not as.
like what?
Well, because also like for an artificer with an Iron Defender, you could use mending to heal 2d6.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
awesome.
it's the
And-
same thing for me.
Yeah, and they also
Nice.
all the Iron Defenders regain all their hit points after 1 minute.
Oh, really?
That does not happen to me.
That's phenomenal.
Yeah, I saw that. I was like,
It's not me.
Um,
Good for them.
as soon as it's safe,
Yes.
I'm trying to get to her.
Okay.
I'm already
When-
there if it helps. I'm already doing cure wounds. I'm
Because I don't know
already
if being
helping as
dead,
much.
spare the dying, or revivify would be what to bring her back to life.
You will need Revivify. I
That's
will
what
say
thought.
I will say that Spare the Dying gives you enough time to get there.
Okay.
Okay.
I would like to
I'll-
try to get there. I'm up top.
Do you want me to ferry you over?
If you can.
Just flap,
I
flap, flap,
haven't.
flap, flap.
It's a level 3 spell. I can do it many, many times.
Oh, okay.
It does cost the
3.
diamond, however.
The
Which
300
we have
the
in spell
300 gold.
components.
We have
Yes.
a ton of diamonds, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
yeah, we
If-
bought a lot of them when I came around.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
if you're
So-
okay with me,
I'll flap, flap, flap him over the water and
I will
blip.
put the diamond on her chest and say a few words in Celestial and cast Revivify.
Greer comes over as you are doing that, and you can see that he does. He sort of mutters some words beneath his breath as you are doing that. Because of our resurrection rules, please roll me 2d20. I'm giving you advantage because she is a oath sworn.
Nice.
The number of times that you die in my world impacts how difficult it is to bring you back.
Okay.
But because she is serving the oath, and that is how she passed, it is easier to return her.
So they can die in combat. They just
Yes,
can't
they
die
they are not immortal, but they do not age, and other than giving their life to the cause in the moment.
Okay.
So
17.
So perfect. Yeah, way more than.
Do I understand what he's muttering, by the way? Like, what language is he muttering?
Just
out of curiosity.
Orcish.
Okay, so yeah, I do understand Orcish.
Yeah, it's you're getting maybe parts of words. You hear servant, oath, return, just a slight sort of
like his own prayer.
Yeah,
kind of.
Yeah, just sort of words of like beckoning.
Yeah.
You can see the wounds within her begin to creep back together. Her armor torn to pieces, but she sort of and Greer
that way.
Greer will lean down as Samandril is over her, and he places a large, meaty, rough hand sort of on her shoulder. No. There. Take a moment. Gather yourself. And then thank our new friends. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Greer of the Oath Sworn.
Mika runs over and hugs him.
That's up.
You remember me?
I do remember you. I would say you look a bit different than last we spoke.
Yes, I have grown. You look exactly the same.
Mostly.
Maybe a little balder.
Yeah, well, what can I say?
It looks good on you.
Hair down here is a bit of a luxury, and I can't get the honey paste I used to use.
I could make you some if you want.
Man, product.
I will give it a moment.
I'll make you some.
Okay.
New
Everything
mission.
good stream-wise?
Yeah, stream-wise.
Got it.
His stream. Gotta take care of that.
So, this is my current associate and student, Sai Shen.
See if she can learn a little bit more.
Oh no.
Oh, Tesla.
He's not wrong. I know. I'm working on it. You can, as you guys can see, she's very pale. Go ahead and make medicine checks, anybody that is interested.
Mine would be alchemical in nature. Should I not?
Mine's straight medicine.
But that's what I'm saying. I don't think I can do that.
Okay, it's a skill. If you don't have the medicine skill, then
25.
25?
Proficient.
Way
medicine.
less than that. 14.
14? It's not super hard. Miku, you can tell that she was, you both know she's not albino, but she looks half elven, probably raised in the Underdark. Like she's probably never seen the sun other than like spells. So her skin is very pale, used to that. Miku, I'll say with a 25, you get the feeling that she's probably has been infected, is infected, but that the oath keeps her healthy as far as that goes.
Okay.
You can you also probably get the feeling that Greer's probably infected, or he's a carrier. It just doesn't bother him.
Like that has nothing to do with oath.
Well, there's two big differences here. He came down here already serving the oath, so it never impacted him.
Okay.
You can piece together that she swore the oath. She took the oath as a reaction to being sick. I am glad to see that you all are here. And he kind of washes his gaze over you all, and you can see him sort of inspecting your gear, and because you guys are dressed hazmat suit, we got masks on. Yeah,
skin tight. My body has never looked better.
Yeah,
we have Motley Crue, yo.
Yeah, I mean the only thing you guys didn't ask about are like glasses or goggles, so I'm guessing you're just blinking a lot.
I have the goggles.
Yeah, I know you do. You got
masks don't just have them?
No, they're breathing.
Oh shit.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna.
They're not right.
But you can blink a spore away from your eye.
Please, thank you.
We're just doing a lot of this.
Just concentrate all of my wind right in front of my face.
Yeah,
just pretend it's love bug season.
Yeah,
that's all it is.
That's what it is.
Perfect.
Gross.
He inspects your gear in a cursory way, and I'm gonna actually have him roll. Ooh, that's gonna be tough. Looks like you all have done your best to prepare. I'm glad to see it, but he counts out you two, and you're very happy. So he kind of settles between you guys.
That's fair.
So which one of you is infected? Well, we'll do everything we can.
Thank you.
We have a long way to go to get to the Myconid forest. It will be difficult travel. There are many underdark animals, creatures, monstrosities that have been forced into savagery, hunting for food, something not infectious. Then there are the undead that obey Sugmoy's command. They are everywhere. So, I hope you're all prepared.
As prepared as one could be.
Mm-hmm.
Good.
How close are we to your Oathsworn friends?
The Oathsworn lie to the south. We have set up a siege line. Some of our other scouts and smaller parties have ventured forth to see the damage in the City of Webs, City of Blades, the Adamantine Fortress.
Do you know how long it would take to get to them? Semendriel, maybe we should go see them.
And we should weigh out our options. We can see how long it would take to the Oathsworns, and then
how long it would take to the forest.
Exactly.
The forest
I've had this for a while.
He does not have much time.
I understand. If we have any chance of saving him, we must head directly to the forest.
That's what I thought.
Okay.
Forest.
If he decides to take the oath, I am enough
Okay, I like forests.
to give him this opportunity. I cannot guarantee you would survive.
Pretty well.
A possibility versus a guaranteed death is better than anything.
Well said. Yes.
If I may, while this is happening, I'm gonna Homer Simpson backwards. Can I'm not gonna like stuff my hand inside of one of the gricks, but can I see if the spores are still alive? And if so, can I drip a little bit of the fungal stuff to test it?
Make an intelligence check.
Yes, please. 8 plus 4, 12.
Okay.
I'm not going to do it on my own.
Right. No. There are spores everywhere.
Mm-hmm. Light the entire bitch on fire. No, that's not what I want.
No. Which I get.
Damn it, Dragon.
To you want what I'm gonna suggest is, and you guys have thought about this.
Yes.
You want to either be in the forest or at the Myconid hive.
Perfect.
Before introducing that.
No problem.
The best chance you guys have of doing that correctly is under those circumstances.
Perfect.
It was a good thought.
Yeah. No. I mean, you could potentially do it right here, but I don't.
Well, if it's gonna
you
burn
are a smart guy
forever,
right? Yeah. Exactly.
Thank you for making an intelligence roll because that's what I'm good at.
Yeah. No. Absolutely.
So that makes sense.
Absolutely.
Perfect.
So
between his intelligence and mine, just out of curiosity.
Yeah, and Tesla's. I mean, you're all pretty smart.
Yeah. And Miku. And Rothgar.
+2.
So smart.
Would we gather that all the spores are alike, and if we take some of these in a jar and go to the forest and blend the two together, it'll automatically ignite? Or would it have to be the spores in the forest to ignite, to spread?
Some of them are smarter than the rest, right? Did we figure that out yet?
Yeah.
Oh, good question, Greer. Greer.
Yes.
My friend.
Yes.
Some of these spores, are they smarter than the rest?
The myconids themselves have a wide variety of spores. Some of them are benign, intended to establish a psychic link in order to communicate. Others cause hallucinations or stupefy. Some can force you into being catatonic. All of these have been subsumed by Zogtamoy and her demonic presence. She is the root that you wish to burn out.
So we want to burn the source, the original bush tree thing, and then
Mushroom.
After getting a piece.
After getting a piece.
That is the only hope we have to creating.
And that's where we're headed.
If we burn the source, everything else gets burnt?
It should, in time, clear up most, if not all, of the Underdark.
Got it.
And we might also want to get more than just a
single
serving of the mushrooms, because we do know of the people who up in the mines who are already getting sick from spores. So we'll want to take a good large chunk if we can.
Big chunk. Got it.
Yes.
So let's stop stalling and go.
Yeah, Tesla's really antsy and just like trying to push Sam to go as fast as possible.
And Greer is I just had her name.
Sai Shen.
Sai Shen. Yeah.
Once
thank you.
You're welcome.
Once Sai Shen has recovered from dying.
I could put her in a tent. Not that it'll help, but
no,
she can have seclusion.
She needs give her about an hour and she's back together. She needs a short rest.
Mm-hmm.
And then you guys are on your way. I think that's going to be a good place for us to call it for tonight.
Cool.
It is. Yeah. If you have something else,
Are we taking a short rest or are we taking a long rest?
you guys can take a short rest now, and then when we come back next Monday, where we will pick up this storyline, we will we'll be doing overland travel through the Underdark. So that's going to be a lot of rolling for hazards and rolling for random encounters.
Right.
Some of them we may just hit dice, skip through. Some of them could be friendly.
I do speak under.
Feddle's down there.
Feddle's down. You saw his back.
If Feddle ended up down there, his life took a hard turn. Right?
Oh shit, Feddle!
I hope Feddle's not down there for Feddle's sake.
He and Han.
So
yes.
And
while everyone's kind of like taking the short rest, Tesla's going to be kind of like by themselves.
Yeah.
In a corner. They're going to have a small piece of wood in front of them.
Okay.
And they're going to send Edison with a message, because I can do that kind of thing. And they're going to send it over to Miku.
Mm-hmm.
And they're going to say, "May I speak with you for a moment, please?"
Can he hear me?
Like Edison kind of just like walked up to you.
Oh, okay. She'll take it and look over at you and walk over to where you are. So you wanted to speak to me?
Yes. It seems that you were perturbed, you were upset with the situation with the elemental. And I must say, I do not understand you.
What do you mean?
It seems so often that you are so happy when all the terrible things that exist in this world come to crash around you, which in my albeit limited experience is usually not how one goes about things. Everything that I know, I make sense of. You do not make sense to me.
So you are asking why I stay happy?
For the most part, I am trying to figure it out, yes.
She's gonna take a second and think about it. Say I've never actually thought about it before, but before Tempest and I got to know each other very well, it really was all I could really think of, I suppose. But now that I have bits of anger and bits of not so nice feelings, I can compare it to how I make the people around me feel. And if I am in a situation that is scary and dangerous, if I choose to stay happy and positive, others around me will be positive and happy as well. It does not do good to let my fear or my anger affect the others around me. So even though I am scared or I am angry, if I can stay in control of it, I'm going to be happy for everyone else's sake. Because it's what is best for everyone else. And if I try to feel happy and I say to myself, Mika, you're going to be happy about this, then maybe I'll believe it and I will also be happy.
So they just kind of like sit there and kind of ruminate. And well, you've given me much to think about. And well, I must applaud your positive outlook. And I admire it even. I must ask you to be aware there will be people, bad people, who will try to take advantage of it. But, and then they hand you what was in their hand, which was a wooden doll that they had carved. And they hand it to you, and they say, but do not let them extinguish your light. And if you press it, if you like touch it at one point in time, it says, in Tesla's voice, because that's the only one they know how to record, it says, if you press it at a certain point, it will say, be the light.
She's going to take it and she's going to put her hand on your shoulder and say, emotions, they are hard, yes, but when you have friends around you like you, it makes it easier to sort out these emotions, and it makes it easier to find the light when you feel dark, when you're surrounded by friends like you. And I will keep this with me. And she takes it and takes out like a little loop on her belt and tucks it through and keeps it. Does it have a name?
It is simply whatever you wish to name it.
She's gonna down, just going, this is Tesla too.
T-O-O or T-W-O?
Mystery.
And then like after that they go like, all these feelings.
Immediately gonna hug you.
They're like, oh.
Take it in, buddy. Get used to it.
They're like, Edison, help.
No, you are under my protection now.
They just sigh heavily and like whip out another piece of like wood that they can just start working on.
She whips out the piece of bark and puts it on top.
Let's go. Oh well. And that's
all right.
She's gonna look up and say thank you.
It'll get mushy on me.
And I don't know if you'll notice or not, but her eye that was silver was almost completely black, and it started lightening up a little bit.
Okay. I think that's where we're going to call it a night for tonight. Thank you, guys. Wonderful game. We're going to be back tomorrow night. We're going to do some World of Warcraft. So that's going to be awesome. It's a good time. And then we got more disasters. The other side of this coin happening on Wednesday. So we'll see you guys next time. But until then, be cool.